The Jake Asman Show will begin shortly. Thanks to all these great Patreon members who help support the show. Get your super chats ready. Jake will be here in just a moment. If you love the New York Jets, this is the place to be. And now, the Jake Asman Show.
Mike Tomlin to the Jets. One of his former players believes that is certainly on the table. We'll talk about that and much more. The Knicks are 3 wins away from a championship, baby. Hope for all the Jets and their great fans. Ladies and gentlemen, Dylan Tereman's going to join me. It's the Jake Asman Show. Let's hit it and get it started.
We sitting in here, we excited as hell.
Now it's time to get to work. Are you a happy guy?
Oh my goodness, let's go!
I haven't felt joy talking about the Jets in a long time. When they announced it, I went, yeah! Jets, let's go! A new chapter for the Jets has started. Aaron Glenn and Darren Muji are tasked with shaping the future of this franchise. Will they be the ones to finally get it right? We will be here for every step of the journey on the Jake Asman Show, breaking down all the storylines, every game, and everything in between. Please subscribe and hit the like button below. Super Chats, baby. Cut the line. The Jake Asman Show starts right now. Here we go, Jet fans and Knick fans. Welcome in, everybody. It is indeed the Jake Asman Show, show number 2 on the day. The first 20 minutes of this morning's stream, I went in depth on the Knicks Game 1 finals win. So if you want my full thoughts on that, check it out. Then Matt O'Leary joined me for our usual Thursday morning Jets breakdown. Before we bring on Dylan Tereman, quick programming note for those coming to Nashville. Details for the Nashville takeover are out, baby. We will be partying at Barstool Nashville the day before the game. That's Saturday, September 12th from 4 to 7. It is free if you RSVP with the link in my description. No cover if you RSVP. And then the next day, we will have a tailgate starting at 8 a.m. right next to the stadium before the game. If you want to lock in your spot, tailgate tickets are $75 till July 1st. Then it's $85. Go to GameDayFlightCrew.com and you can lock in your tailgate ticket. Check out the description for links to both the Barstool party and the Nashville game day tailgate. With that, we say hello to a guy who I believe will be in Nashville with us. We're going to make it happen. The host of the DT Experience, rocking orange for the New York Knicks. It's Dylan Tereman. Hello, DT.
What up, Jake? What's up, Asmaniacs? Yeah, I had to go dual threat. You know, we have the Clemson gear, but it also works for the New York Knicks. This combination on Fanatics cost me less than $10, hat and hoodie, so I'm very happy about that. Hope everybody in the chat is having a great Thursday that is a Knicks fan. Hope everybody's having a great Thursday, probably except for Becky Hammond, right? And yeah, I'm fired up, man. This is an interesting take that I wasn't expecting to get from you today to talk about on the show, but I think there's actually some merit to it and reasons why it could or may not happen. So fired up for this one.
Yeah, let's get right into it. So this is a little different. Obviously, we'll get DT's thoughts on the latest from Jet OTAs, but this was sent to me by the host of the show. So Zach Gelb, longtime radio host, is doing some shows on a radio station down in Miami, WQAM. And Zach on the show, they had on former Steeler, current CBS Sports football analyst Bryant McFadden as a guest. And the topic of Mike Tomlin's future came up. And here's the full clip. We'll play it and then react. Here's Gelb talking to McFadden about Mike Tomlin coming out of retirement to coach the New York Jets.
I think if Mike Tomlin was to come out of retirement, it would be to the New York Jets.
Oh,
I think it would be the New York Jets, and here's why. The New York Jets, correct me if I'm wrong, guys, they have 2 first-round picks the next 2 seasons or something like that.
No, they just had 3 this year, and they have 3 more this upcoming draft.
Yeah. So they traded back in this past draft to get Cooper, which was a 3rd first-round pick this past year. Yep. And this upcoming year in 2027, they have 3. They have 3, and they have cap space available. So now, if you look at the roster as constructed right now, they have some nice, appealing pieces. And you have draft capital to really play with to manipulate the draft in terms of moving up hire to go get that ideal player, whoever you might need. So if you're a coach like Mike Tomlin, where you look at the Jets, they have more appealing pieces than the Miami Dolphins currently constructed, along with 3 first-round picks in 2027, and we all feel like this 2027 quarterback class should be much better than what we saw in 2026. Listen to what I'm saying right now. I'm not saying I'm making any proclamations or anything like that, but what I'm saying is if Mike Tomlin decides to come back and if things doesn't go well for Aaron Glenn, and I'm not calling for Aaron Glenn to be fired. No, I think Aaron Glenn is a heck of a coach, but we understand how the league is for some coaches, especially there in New York. If they get off to a bad start, who knows what the month of October and November could look like. I think Mike Tomlin would be more attractive to being a Jet than a Dolphin.
Well, then what's the likelihood? Like everyone said, a lot of people say, oh, Tomlin's going to go do TV. He's never going to coach again. Like, do you think there is a likelihood that he'll get that appetite quickly to return to the sideline?
I think it's 50%. Hey, Channing, when you retired, right, the hardest part about retirement was the first year that you didn't do it.
Yeah, no, the transition of life.
So now, getting that itch, you better believe he's going to get that itch again. So I think it could be, I'll say 60% chance that we could see Mike Tomlin in 2027 coaching again.
So that's from one of Tomlin's former players. Bryant McFadden was on both of the Super Bowl teams that the Steelers won, the last one with Cowher and the one they won with Tomlin. DT, let's start with your take. Your thoughts on those comments there from Bryant McFadden.
They definitely get your ears perked up, right? I mean, even if you are and probably should be rooting for Aaron Glenn to succeed in the New York Jets system going into year 2, it still intrigues me. And there's a couple things that he talked about specifically. One, we don't know what October and November are going to look like for this team. It started 1-7 last year, so we're hoping that's not the case. But at least if it does start as poorly as it did last year, there are some silver linings, right? The situation around the Jets, how much talent they've acquired over the last, couple of months, the talent that they could still acquire in the next draft in 2027, having 3 picks. It's very similar to the quarterback conversation, right? I know last year the hot buzz quarterback was Joe Burrow. And, could the Jets trade for Joe Burrow with all of their draft capital? That conversation is still in play at quarterback. But it also opens up to head coaches as well. There could be head coaches that might be getting fired or, that could be coming back that are still under contract like Tomlin, where you see a scenario like a Sean Payton going to the Denver Broncos where they gave up a first-round pick for him. And that would be a very good use of a first-round pick. You get a coach that at worst is a 500 head coach, right? 9-8, 10-7 is probably like his floor. Would he want to risk his reputation of a 500 or better head coach in New York? That's, yet to be determined, obviously. But the crux of that saying that the Jets are a much more appealing destination than the Dolphins, there's a couple other teams that you could throw in the Dolphins side of that where the Jets are still more attractive because of the things that Darren Muji has been able to put in place with this roster. So it's very intriguing. Obviously, a lot is yet to be, figured out between now and the hiring of Mike Tomlin. And I think if it happened, I would be super happy as a Jets fan. But also, part of me wants it to not happen because I still want AG to succeed.
Well, here's how I look at it. Remove Tomlin from the equation just altogether. Here's someone who's not a Jet fan, doesn't have any connection to the Jet organization, someone who works in sports media covering the NFL for CBS Sports, and a former player who talks about how attractive the Jet job could potentially be if Aaron Glenn doesn't work out. That should be the first takeaway. Because again, so much of the Jet season is about, does Aaron Glenn get the chance to be here for a 3rd year? If we can't definitively say yes to that, then get someone else because it's an attractive job. I know people go, the Jets, but there's pieces here. There's an offensive line in place. There's a Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall in place. There's a David Bailey in place. There's some real pieces on this team that would be attractive for a proven head coach like a Mike Tomlin or Sean McDermott, or for the next up-and-coming offensive guy, next year's Clint Kubiak. Maybe it's Davis Webb, who's got the connection to Darren Muji. So even before I weigh in on the Tomlin angle, just the fact that the Jets are an attractive spot for a coach because people around the league, locally and nationally, see what Darren Muji has done putting the team together. that gives me hope as a Jet fan because you have the 3 first-round picks on top of the roster in place already and $150 million in cap space to continue to add more players to this team.
Yeah, 100%. And I'm not going to say that, hindsight being 2020, it was the right decision to bring back AG for year 2. That's obviously going to come with the results of this season. But this team wasn't an attractive destination in January when they would have been looking for a head coach, as well as a couple other teams in the league that were more attractive destinations. So we never know who the teams are going to be that need coaches come the end of the year. But regardless, if the Jets aren't good, the situation still says we can hold, a good team for a good coach, and it's an attractive destination. And I think it's something we couldn't say about this team even 2 or 3 months ago.
Now, as far as Tomlin goes, I think he's going to coach again. I don't think he's going to do the Bill Cowher, ironically, and go to TV and then just never return. I think Mike Tomlin is going to want to coach football again. And I think actually the fact that Harbaugh is with the Giants, if he were to have success, I think that actually would fire up the Tomlin competitive juices to want him to take the Jet job, to be in the same city again, not as rivals in division, but, look at John having this, this renaissance second opportunity as a head coach. I could do the same thing with the other team in town. So much of it, I'm sure, is the Jets' path to a quarterback, because I'm sure Tomlin knows. Everyone says, I never win in the playoffs, but it's like, well, him even getting there with his quarterbacks, that's the impressive part of it, because no one can win in the playoffs with Kenny Pickett as your QB, right? So I think Tomlin would only take the Jet job if, one, the Jets have a viable path to get a young ascending quarterback either in the draft, or maybe he knows there's this disgruntled star quarterback that he could get. Let's throw Dak Prescott out there, for example. Whatever the case may be, I don't think you could get a guy like Tomlin to take your job unless he knows what the exact plan is at quarterback. I think that's why Kubiak took the Raider job. If they didn't have a chance to get Fernando Mendoza, he's not taking that job. They stunk. But you need to have the quarterback if you're going to take a job.
Yeah, and that's why, Ben Johnson told the Jets no. But you hit on something that I thought was an interesting angle, him versus Harbaugh. We saw it for 17 seasons or 18 seasons in the AFC North. Now it would kind of be a New York versus New York kind of rivalry there. But that is a very interesting point. And also, it didn't seem like, reading through, I believe it was the Athletic article describing Mike Tomlin telling the players that he was stepping down and leaving the Steelers, it didn't seem like he wanted to stop coaching. So I totally agree there. He might do a year of TV, find that it's not for him, still have that competitive itch to go back and coach again, and then jump right back in 2027, which we've seen a lot of guys do. So I agree there, but I really do think the Harbaugh angle is interesting, that we could see a Tomlin Harbaugh New York versus New York kind of rivalry setting up.
Also, we know who Woody Johnson is. We know he loves when the Jets are the center of attention. He would love to hire a guy like Tomlin if there's a chance that he could stick it to the Giants and take away the shine that has been Harbaugh taking that job and the love affair that has been the Harbaugh era, despite the fact he hasn't coached yet. I mean, he's getting standing ovations at Giant Town Hall, at the Beacon a couple weeks ago. Giant fans are in full bloom love the way we were with Aaron Rodgers before we ever saw him play. That type of feeling. I think Woody sees that. I mean, this is a guy who acquired Tim Tebow after the Giants won their second Super Bowl to try and steal away headlines from Big Blue. So here we are in 2026. We're about to hopefully watch the Knicks win a championship. What started the Knicks rebuild? Well, they hired a proven, experienced floor-raising head coach in Tom Thibodeau, who immediately got them back on track. Maybe Tomlin is not the guy that eventually wins the Lombardi for the Jets, but I know he could coach. He's 75 games over 500 in his career, and I know he'd immediately provide respectability and stability to the Jet organization.
Yeah, you could even look at him as a elite bridge head coach option that gets you out of the basement, gets you out of purgatory or hell, or however you want to describe it. So yeah, I think it would definitely be interesting, and it makes for even a bad Jet season to have a somewhat sweeter ending than it could potentially be. Obviously, we know a bad season, what that does to fans, but knowing that we have so much set up for 27 kind of does bring some positivity to it. And I agree about the Woody Johnson part completely. If the Giants are one game away from making the playoffs, or they make the playoffs and get completely routed in the wild card round, Woody's going to look across the town and be like, all right, we need to one up the Giants. We need to, reclaim that stake as big brother. And yeah, the Giants are getting a lot of love right now with Harbaugh. So that's definitely going to, itch Woody Johnson a little bit, or like irk him a little bit if things aren't going smoothly with Aaron Glenn in year 2.
Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. How we feeling, Jet fans, about those comments there from Bryant McFadden about Mike Tomlin coming out of retirement to coach the New York Jets? I mean, here's the thing, too. If not Tomlin, there's other coaches out there with experience. Sean McDermott is going to be out there. He didn't take a job with any team. He also got fired very late in the process. He might be one of the top guys, if not the top guy, if Tomlin especially decides he's staying in retirement for at least another year. I really think McDermott getting a chance to stick it to the Bills, this job would entice him, especially if he likes one of these quarterbacks and he could find like his version of Josh Allen and do it all over again. There's other coaches that could be fired that are with teams right now that could potentially become available. Who's to say Shane Steichen doesn't end up losing his job if the Colts don't win this year? Steichen has done a lot with very little at the quarterback spot. You'd be bringing in a proven offensive guy to help develop your next quarterback. I think Kevin O'Connell and that connection with Darren Muji is something worth following. Minnesota's got a new GM now. Sounds like Kevin O'Connell wasn't fully on board with the whole process to get to this new GM. What if the Vikings have an off year? Kyler Murray stinks, and all of a sudden they're bad because their backups stink. It's Carson Wentz and J.J. McCarthy. What if all of a sudden KOC is out of a job? Former Jet, ownership for the Jets, I've been told from people I trust, they love him. Muji obviously loves him. They were college teammates and college roommates. Like, there's other coaches out there, and Tomlin will be the biggest name because it's Mike Tomlin. But the fact that the Jets are viewed as an attractive job, that's a testament to what Muji's done rebuilding the roster.
Yeah, 100%. And another name I'll throw out there, Kevin Stefanski. I know he's on a new contract in Atlanta, but I look at it one of two ways. You have Stefanski and Tua as your head coach quarterback. It could either go really good or really, really poorly. So who knows what Stefanski's status looks like in a year from now. I don't think Atlanta's like in the business of churning over head coaches that often, but you never know. And one bad season from any of these guys could all of a sudden mean, who knows, right? They get fired. We've seen Sean McVay openly talk about the year that he won 5 games for the Rams and he contemplated retirement. So like anything can happen with these coaches, that having the picks plus the already used capital on very high-end talented players already in place. It's a very positive situation for the Jets. Let's just hope they can take advantage of it this year and use all 3 of those picks on players in 2027.
Oh, what a concept. By the way, speaking of high-level players, you ready for this, Knicks fans? Giveaway at the end of our show is a Knicks finals patch jersey. Player of your choice. Jalen Brunson, it's yours. Karl Anthony Towns, it's yours. Josh Hart, who had the most impactful 3-point game you will ever see, it's yours. OG Anunoby, it's yours. Mikal Bridges, damn right, it's yours. Landry Shamet, Mitchell Robinson, you pick the Knicks player you want a finals patch Knicks jersey in, we send it to you. We had so many memberships on the first show today that I added another prize. Prize number 2 is a signed Walt Clyde Frazier jersey, baby. So the greatest Knick ever and a finals jersey. 2 prizes. So 2 winners this afternoon. Everyone who enters also, of course, qualifies for the Saturday weekly raffle where we got a Bernard King signed jersey, a Wayne Corbett signed end zone pylon, a Joe Klecko signed jersey, and a Richard Todd signed jersey. That sound good to everyone? Let's go, baby. Not 1, but 2 awesome prizes up for grabs. Let's freaking go, Knicks. My God, I'm jacked up.
Say go New York, go New York, go! Go New York, go New York, go!
Ladies and gentlemen.
Sorry.
No,
you said best player in Knicks history, Walt Frazier. What does Jalen Brunson have to do to be looked at as Walt Frazier? Like, I don't know what his accolades are with the Knicks. So, like, is it even obtainable for a Jalen Brunson to one day become? Because I'm sure for, like, under 30-year-old Knicks fans, Jalen Brunson's probably the best player they've seen in their lifetime. So, like, what does it take to get to, like, a Frazier level?
Under 40-year-old Knicks fans could probably argue that, too. Honestly, I think 2 championships would do that because Clyde's got 2. Clyde also has the greatest Game 7 performance, I think you could argue, in sports history. If you look at the Willis-Reed game, here comes Willis. It's the Clyde Frazier game. If you go and look at it, 35, he basically had a 35-point triple-double almost in a Knicks win over the Lakers for their first championship. So I think Brunson's going to need 2 chips, but And people will argue if you're the guy that ends this Nick playoff drought, you might be that guy already. But I'm going to show some love to my guy Clyde. If you want a Brunson Finals jersey, that is also the other option. Shout out to Kevin. He's the first in today, this afternoon. He goes, outside of the obvious, which is money and power structure. If Tomlin wants to coach again and the Jets have a direct path to a QB, they are absolutely a real option. Tampa, a spot for him too. Yeah, because he's got connections to Tampa and that ownership group. There's no doubt. So I think they could be in play. But again, I think the Jets are going to have a path to a quarterback. They have 3 first-round picks. I can't imagine it's like this past year where it's a one quarterback draft again. I think there'll be multiple quarterbacks that they'll have to decide, do they want to move up? Can they stick and pick depending on where they are to get that guy? I think they're in a good spot to at least have a chance at one of the top QBs next year.
Yeah, 100%. And I believe did he start his career in Tampa Bay? I believe he was an assistant coach for a little bit in Tampa Bay. So definitely a bit of a homecoming there for him. So that is a good option there. It's kind of wild that Todd Bowles has kept his job for as long as he has in Tampa Bay, to just be completely honest, even though I do like Todd Bowles. But yeah, I like what you said about the direct path to a quarterback. Hypothetically, the Jets are picking, and I'm not going to say what team gets you what pick, but say they're picking 6, 13, and 18. You're not giving 6 for Mike Tomlin, right? So 6 would be your direct path for a quarterback, whether that's the 3rd quarterback off the board, the 2nd, the 4th quarterback off the board. The Jets should, with one of those 3 picks, or by means of a small trade up, should have a direct path to their quarterback, regardless of how well the team itself performs.
PBM, Super Chat. He'd be better for the Jets than Tibbs was for the Knicks. That's the comp, because basketball is obviously on my mind. Again, Tom Thibodeau helped restore order for the Knicks, who were in the absolute gutter. He got them to the conference finals for the first time in 25 years. Guys got better under him. They maxed out maybe what they could do with him, some would argue, but the guy's an outstanding coach. If Mike Tomlin never won a Super Bowl with the Jets, but he did what Bill Parcells did 30 years ago, that's the comp. That's what this franchise desperately needs, because after Parcells, the Jets were good in the 2000s. Yes, they had to deal with Brady and Belichick, which is why they didn't have more division titles to show for it. But they went to the playoffs 6 times in Woody Johnson's first 10 years owning the team. That's not nothing.
Yeah, I wish we had that more often, right? It felt like every other year they were in the playoffs. And then the years that they didn't make the playoffs, other than maybe like 1 or 2 outlier years, they were like 8-8. They were a 500 team. They were doing the Mike Tomlin, right? So could Mike Tomlin come in, get us a wild card loss in year 1, and then maybe a championship berth in year 2, and then we eventually move on and get our Mike Brown for the New York Jets that gets us all the way to the Super Bowl? So yeah, I mean, it's putting the pieces in place, and the Jets have already done that. Now go get the head coach, who then has the choice of quarterback, and I think everything would be fully in motion to help us get there.
Christopher says, wow, how can you call yourself a Jet fan by talking about this? Shake my damn head. What the hell is wrong with you? Well, there's a lot of things wrong with me, Christopher, because I am a diehard Jet fan who routinely spends 4+ hours of my day live on a YouTube channel discussing them. But if you don't think this is a legitimate conversation after Aaron Glenn disgraced himself in ways I didn't think were possible for any head coach in year 1, find a new show, because I don't really care if you tune in or not. Aaron Glenn's lucky to be employed right now. He is the Jet head coach, and I'm rooting for him to do awesome and prove me and many who don't think he's any good to prove us wrong. And I'd be happy to admit if he leads the Jets to glory, I'd love it. But we cannot just sit here and act like it's crazy to have the conversation about the Jets, who are armed with 3 first-round picks, the most cap space in the league. If we're not doing our jobs, we're not talking about the possibility of like what happens next year. Do we pair up the new quarterback with the coach? Like, this is all part of the equation when it comes to the Jets. Glenn was on the hot seat at the end of the year, and now he's going into the year and everyone's talking about him being on the hot seat. Anyone who thinks you're not a Jet fan, if you're talking about the future of the franchise and Glenn maybe not being a part of it, didn't watch last season. I'm sorry.
Yeah. And you brought this up earlier. This isn't like, and obviously no disrespect to Nick Faria, but he likes to give takes that get Jets optimistic a little bit in the summertime. It's not like a Nick Faria clip that we pulled of him saying Tomlin to the Jets could be something he sees. No, it was somebody, like you said, that played with McFadden or played for Tomlin, had no ties to the Jets, like has no reason to bring up the Jets in any paid circumstances at all. So it's like, it wasn't like we just pulled this out of like Jets Twitter. We pulled this out of like somebody else in the NFL talking about this. And whether it happens or not, it's definitely some merit because Mike Tomlin, we all believe, is going to coach next year. He has to be on a team to be able to coach. So if the Jets are looking and he's looking for a job, like, yeah, we're going to be talking about this.
I think Tomlin's going to do the Sean Payton. He's going to do TV for a year, and he's going to go right back to coaching. So,
it worked wonders for Sean Payton, and I believe in his first year he got Bo Nix, so he immediately latched his trailer.
Well, he had Russell Wilson for a year, and then he got Bo Nix. The Jets could give Tomlin or whoever in this scenario their quarterback right away because Sean Payton inherited Russell Wilson. Remember, Hackett had Russell Wilson for that first year.
Yes. I forgot about the Russell Wilson Denver era. Oh, boy. And luckily it didn't happen to us. Luckily he just retired, took the CBS money, and he's going over there. But yeah, exactly. Tomlin can immediately start his timeline with the new quarterback, immediately get on the same page, and then you have your timeline synced up. And we believe Muji has what it takes to be a GM long-term and hopefully survive multiple head coaching, turnovers. So you got to get the wheels turning at some point if you're the Jets, and that would be a really good kickstart to it.
Man with a Rake says, in 84, Bernard dropped 60 on the Nets, league record broken by Kobe in 09 for 61. I mean, Bernard King, in the 4-year run he had with the Knicks, is one of the most prolific scoring you'll ever see, especially of that era. And if you want a signed Bernard King jersey, Man with a Rake, make sure you enter the raffle this week because that is the top prize in our Saturday raffle. End of the show, 2 prizes, folks. Walt Clyde Frazier signed jersey and Knicks finals jersey. Pick the player. I'd imagine the player will be Brunson, but hey, whoever you want that the NBA store has in stock is the player we will send to you. DT with me here. Hit the like button. We're talking all things New York Jets. Going to get into your calls as well. Dylan, some Jet OTA notes I want to get your take on. Should we put any stock into the Geno AD Mitchell connection? Are you buying a real role for AD on this team?
Hey, I'm buying into their synchronized dance moves on the practice field. I mean, that's just it. What we're seeing is chemistry being built in real time. And I think Geno Smith, just compared to Justin Fields last year, is already off to a much better head start than Justin Fields was. Not saying Justin Fields can't relate to his teammates and can't get them all together and build chemistry, but Geno just oozes that type of leadership, right? We hear AG talk about it at the podium. We hear Frank Reich talk about it at the podium. Garrett can't stop talking about how much of a baller Geno is. AD has said the same thing. So I like seeing the chemistry built in real time. And if you can get the, last year of Texas version of AD, right? Because he didn't score an NFL touchdown until he came to the Jets. So it was halfway through his second year when he scored his first NFL touchdown. And he had a situation in Indianapolis where he celebrated too early and fumbled and the ball went out of the end zone. I think AD Mitchell could be considered one of the more underrated Jets players right now. And I say that because I think internally they're very high on him as their wide receiver 2, their X-type receiver across from Garrett Wilson. But AG said something at the podium the other day that I wrote down and put in bold. There's going to be plays where Garrett and AD are lined up on the same side of the field. I'm really excited to see that because you have to put your 2 best corners over there. Who's the corner or the wide receiver opposite those 2 in the formation? Is it Omar Cooper? Is it like a Tim Patrick? Do you have to defend a 6'5" receiver with what you would consider, I guess, your 3rd best corner? So AD is kind of like an underrated, slightly X-factor type of player in this offense because he could be anywhere from the 2nd leading receiver and target getter in this offense to like the 5th. So I like seeing the early returns with him and Geno, getting on the same page. It seems like they're connecting downfield, which is fantastic. I made a joke earlier on. I believe this was phase 1. Geno threw a deep ball to AD, and as AD was bringing it in and finishing out his run, he started smiling. And I was like, AD is smiling because he knows he's going to get those passes in a real game on Sundays. Justin Fields gave him those passes from Tuesday to Friday, and then they just disappeared on Sunday. Like, you were never getting those to AD outside of one game. And I think it was even with Tyrod Taylor.
That wasn't even Fields.
Exactly. So I do think that it's setting up well for AD from a schematic, stylistic standpoint to have a deep ball thrower in Geno. And I'm just excited that these guys are building chemistry now because all of this is going to carry into the season. And last year, it didn't feel like the vibes were as high as they could be with the quarterback, with the skill position players.
Hit the like button if you're just joining us. Comments, questions, super chats, cut the line. We got a bunch of you on hold, so I'll make sure we get to your calls coming up. Another OTA takeaway we need from you, DT. The Jets kicking carousel. In comes Jason Sanders. Goodbye to Younghoe Koo. Your thoughts?
I was hoping they would sign Jason Sanders in the beginning of free agency. Now, obviously, he missed all of last year with the hip injury. He was relatively very good for the Dolphins in his 7-year career. He only played for the Dolphins. He kind of bounced around a little bit this offseason after the injury. The thing that concerns me before I get into the positives, John Harbaugh just had him in the building. John Harbaugh comes from the special teams background of coaching, and he said he doesn't like that, or he doesn't think that Jason Sanders has what it takes to kick in the elements of MetLife. I don't know if that bodes well for the Jets saying, you know what, we'll make it work over here, and we know what we're doing. So it's a little bit of hesitancy there. But just compared to Younghoe Koo, I mean, I feel like it was obvious that Younghoe Koo needed to be cut after that one practice we heard where he just completely shanked a 53-yarder, described as would have hit a car in the parking lot type of ball. So
they're kind of ruthless with just cutting him that quickly. Like one bad practice, see you later.
And it seemed like they did it with Lenny Craig, too, which you think they would give him a little bit more rope to hold on to, right? To use an AG quote. So it is a carousel right now. I have a little bit more faith in Banjo to find a kicker as opposed to like if we were doing this with quarterback and we had to hope Frank Reich finally found his guy. I don't think the guy is on the roster week 1 as our starting kicker. But I think right now he probably has the advantage over Cade York because their careers have been he's been more consistent in his career. He was a 2020 All-Pro, which I think is funny because if you look at the list of 2020 All-Pros, Minkah Fitzpatrick's on there, Demario Davis is on there. Younghoe Koo actually finished 3rd in the voting for first-team All-Pro kicker. So a lot of Jets are 2020 All-Pros, and Jason Sanders might be the next one in that bunch.
Gino in 2020 was pretty good too.
Mm-hmm.
He was about to break out. I guess his first breakout year was 21 with Seattle.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
we gotta harness the 4 years ago in a lot of these players and hope it all works.
It's, everything always comes out great for the Jets. So I have all the confidence in the world, obviously. Hit the like button. Dylan Tereman hanging out with us here. Reminder about our giveaways at the end. Knicks fans, get yourselves a finals jersey. Brunson, Cat, Hart, you pick the player. Also, reminder, Gangrene Beach Club, July 11th. Come hang out and spend the day in Atlantic City at HQ2. Your favorite Jet content creators, reporters, super fans, all in one spot. Tickets on sale now. Go to gangrenebeachclub.com. Again, subscribe to the channel. Like the video. Your calls on the Gustbuster Umbrella Hotline. Ladies and gentlemen, first up today is a man who is pumped about his New York Knicks.
Purple belt Mike, he loves the Dark Knight. He's got a green pool and he jumps right in. Maybe someday he'll get a brown belt, but for now he's just that purple belt Mike. Purple belt Mike, it might be purple, but he can still kick your dirty ass.
Oh, fuck. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We're winning it all. We're winning it all. It's happening, baby. It's happening. And you know what? If you don't bleed orange or blue, then fuck you too. Let's go, Knicks. I got no voice. I don't give a shit. I love the Knicks. Let's go. Let's fucking go. Yeah. Woo! Let's go.
On behalf of the Jake Asman Show, we apologize for the foul language.
Mike called into the morning show at ESPN New York, DPS and Rothenberg at like 7 in the morning. It's been going all day, screaming and yelling. I love it. That's the PBM we need for the Jets. That's what we used to have before Jet season started. I miss those days.
Did PPM get any sleep? I know his voice didn't, but did he get any sleep? Because he was fired up, baby. This is the watch party.
This was the crew last night on Long Island. Main event, Farmingdale, Lou B, Neil, Snowball, Rob from Glenhead. What a crew.
Isn't this like the entirety of the 69 team?
A lot of members.
Well, we need Peter Castro.
Castro wasn't there. We need Peter Castro to call in though and give us his take on this Tomlin story here. All right, has he begun the recruiting to get Mike T to the New York Jets?
Doesn't Lou B know where Mike Tomlin gets his coffee? or something like that.
He knows every road on Long Island.
Yes.
He's performed many of 69s on Long Island as well, I've been told.
Legendary. This is a great picture. Shout out to everybody.
More of your calls right now, ladies and gentlemen. Prison Mike is next. Hello, Mike.
Hey, guys.
So,
Jake, I can't believe you have a voice. I honestly can't believe
a lot of tea
voice.
today. I'm going on fumes, man. I was out and about earlier wearing Knicks gear. The amount of people that stopped me or like said like Knicks in 4 or whatever, like it's awesome. Everywhere you go, people are just pumped for the Knicks.
Well, I'm watching last night with some friends at a place, and I think the Knicks are going up at maybe a minute left for the tie, and the next thing you know, we're down 7 at the half. I'm like, what the F just happened? I mean, 7 points in less than a minute. And then I'm driving home. I get home, we're down 14 in the third. I said, here we go. And then we come back, and then the Spurs go on a 9-0 run. I said, my God, Brunson's hurt, this and that. And all of a sudden, like 94, 2 minutes left, Brunson hits that 3 from the corner. It's unbelievable. Hart with his rebounding. Like, this has to be a destiny, Jake. This has to be. It has to be the year. How else do you explain it?
It's tough not to feel that way. Like I get a lot of those vibes. Like this team has come together in ways that we didn't think were. I mean, they've won 12 in a row. Like it doesn't happen. Like you look at history, all the teams that have done this, they all won titles. Like it doesn't feel real because it's the Knicks, but like this is a hell of a basketball team, man. They really are.
Oh, and let me tell you something. I said we had to take one on the road, but the fact that we took the first one is so much better than losing and taking the second and coming home. Now you take the first, the Spurs are like, what the hell's going on now? I mean, and listen, do you agree with this? The Knicks didn't play their best game either.
No, not even close. But you could say the same thing about the Spurs. I thought Wembanyama played a really poor game for his standards, and he's been a lot better when he's had a bad game in these playoffs. He's been really good. So I don't think the Knicks can't just rest on their laurels. Now you got to be greedy because it shows you how it all could change instantly. When Brunson goes down in the first quarter, and I'm having Aaron Rodgers PTSD flashbacks, win every game you possibly can. Do not mess around because you just never know when it all could change, and they're this close.
No, well, the fact that they have a 7'4" center and he's shooting from the floor and not under the basket. I mean, why would they have him do that? It's just beyond me. But listen, I came into the chat, and one thing I wanted to say, I said, let's go Knicks. And I think it was Derek, Kansas City Jet fan, say, hey, Prison Mike. And the fact that one day I wore my stay-at-home comfy jersey, and someone in the chat made a comment about the Prison, and the brand started. I said, I got to stick with it. But it just shows you the community we have here. It's all fun and good. It's just fantastic, But I'm glad to have a brand. Let's just put it that way. But you saw my thunder. I was talking about, Brunson and, could he be the best Knick? If he wins a championship, you're right. The guys 40 and younger are going to think he's the best.
Because they didn't see Clyde. And right. I understand that. I think, and he moves in front of Ewing, though. And I think you could put him past Willis Reed if you want. To me, he's already a top 4 Knick. I felt this way last year when I was talking about it. I think he's going to end up being 2 when it's all said and done. I think he's that special of a player. And we have not seen a closer in sports this good since Mariano Rivera. Historically speaking, I showed that chart this morning. He's better in the playoffs in clutch situations than Jordan was. In this chart, it's insane. Now, again, this is the last 2 years of Jordan's prime, but look at all the other players on this list. Better than LeBron, Kobe, Steph, Steve Nash, Kawhi, all the guys that we associate with big game, clutch. Brunson's better than all these guys. He's done this now. This is the 4th year we've seen this in the playoffs from him. He's done this in the regular season. He is incredible in the big moments. He did it again last night.
Well, now my Jet thing. Here's the thing with the Tomlin thing. Okay, I don't trust Woody because here's the thing. What's the chance that you think Woody said to these guys after making those trades and having 2 years of first-round picks, you're guaranteed here through 27 because we made these trades and I'm giving you the 5 picks. Dylan, your opinion on that?
I would hope that that's not what is going on behind doors, is that they were guaranteed anything more than the start of this year, because we know obviously he fired Saleh 5 games in last year, but making the trades, when I said it at the time, I believe you and I had a Thursday show the day Sauce and Quinnen were traded. I did think that it gave them leniency in 2026, which is this year. I didn't say anything about 2027, and I hope that that's not the case. But like he started off saying, I do not trust Woody Johnson. He kind of flies by the seat of his pants, and all of a sudden things are going good, and then things are going really bad for the Jets, and it's usually because of the decisions he makes. So I hope nothing is guaranteed for 27, and everything needs to be proven this year going forward.
I think when they made the deal, it was with the understanding that they were going to be safe for this year, and they would have the opportunity to kind of rebuild the team in their image. It's not a guarantee you get 2027. You know what I mean? It's like you'll get another offseason. You now will have 2 full drafts, 2 full off seasons. That should be enough to show real improvement. I think we like the job Muji has done. I could see him being here, but I don't think Glenn's spot is secure. Meaning if they start awful and they finish with 6 wins, I don't know if that's enough. Or if they go from 3 wins to 4 or 5, I mean, let's say they win 5 games. That's 8 wins through 2 years. Woody's going to keep that coach when people around the league look at the Jets as an attractive job? No chance. The fans are going to be too loud. He will listen to the fans. He will not survive another 4 or 5 win season. Woody would make a change.
Yeah, and with the 1-7 start last year, they were able to sell off their 2 best defensive players in Sauce and Quinnen, kind of sell Woody on the idea that this is going to take a little bit longer than we needed. If they start, 1-4, 1-5, whatever it is, they don't have the pieces to trade at the deadline to say, oh, but look at the capital we could gain for 27. Give us 1 more year to build on it. Like, you already kind of used up that resource with Woody Johnson. I don't think he's going to buy it a second year if things start slowly. So I just hope that nothing is guaranteed in 27 for this team. Maybe Muji.
Yeah, I think if like some of the young players look good again and we feel like this is a clear coaching problem, I think there's a real path for Muji being here.
Yeah, I don't think it's a scenario where you fire Glenn and then like 2 months later you fire Muji, kind of like what you did with Saleh and Joe Douglas. So there is merit that Muji could be here and probably sell Woody Johnson, because I believe the structure is they report separately to Woody Johnson. So there's a chance that Muji is, better liked by Woody Johnson at year's end than Aaron Glenn might be.
All right, here's what I'm going to do. We're 42 minutes in. Right now, no one has gifted a membership. So we're going to play a game. It's called Whoever Gifts First, It's Double. Whether it's 1, 10, 5, everything is double. We will get you in the Asmaniac raffle. We got 2 prizes up for grabs on the show today. Let's go.
Yes! Let's go Knicks! This our year, baby! Win the chip!
Well done, King Lowski. Well done. Ladies and gentlemen, how about this? The first person that entered the raffle is Derek, the Kansas Jet fan. He's in for 2 by sending in 1 gifted membership. And because Derek is on the line, he's next. Hit it.
He's the brother man, Kansas dude who loves the Jets. He's the brother man, he can't be more polite and chat. He's the brother man, they call him Derek and he's totally cool. He's the brother man, he's Derek, the Kansas Jets fan.
Yo, Jake DT, brother mans, how we doing today?
What's up, Derek? Sun's out, guns out, baby. I like it.
Yeah, it's getting kind of toasty here, but I love repping the Asmaniac hat because Jake was so kind to gift it to me. I'm going to get some Knicks here real quick, and then I'm going to give my take on the Tomlin situation. Jake, I wanted to gather your thoughts. What was going through your mind when the Knicks were trailing 13 in the third quarter?
I didn't actually, and I'm usually pretty negative when I watch my teams because I've just been hurt too many times. I didn't think they were out of the game, though, because I just knew if they could get it close, we'd have a chance. Because I've seen them come back enough times that way that I didn't think they were done. I can't lie and say, oh, I knew they were going to come back, but I just kept saying chip away. And Cat in the third quarter, that stretch when Brunson was out, he was great. And Chamet, I think, hit a couple shots there. Deuce had that huge 3 at the end of the third quarter that he banked in. That's when I think it really started to turn. So I don't want to say like I was predicting them to win, but I didn't think they were done by any means because I've seen them come back a lot. This is what this team has done.
Right. I love to hear that. Yeah, I think they said that they hadn't lost a game since April 23rd. Just an absolutely insane.
You know
run.
what was April 23rd?
What's that?
The NFL draft. I was in Pittsburgh the last time. The Jets had just selected Kenyon Sadiq when the Knicks last lost the game because it happened at the same exact time. I was so stressed watching all of it.
Yeah, that's insanely awesome. Yeah, just a couple quick takeaways on the Knicks game. That was probably the greatest basketball game like I've seen in quite some time. Definitely one of the best game ones in the finals I've seen. I'm from Kansas. We kind of invented the game, so I've just always had a vast love for basketball. When Big
Is your
Cat
last
guarded,
name Naismith?
No, I wish. That'd be cool though. I'd probably have a lot more money than I do. There's a statistic when Big Cat was guarding Wemby last night. Wemby only shot 2 of 12. And Wemby also only shot 3 of 18 outside of 3 feet. Shout out to Hembo on ESPN. Those are just absolutely insane statistics. How does it feel to be 3 wins away from winning?
It doesn't feel real, man. It doesn't feel real. And it just shows you how, like, when Brunson went down in the first quarter of the first finals game the Knicks have played in 27 years, I had the darkest of thoughts. So just keep winning, man. I'm not. Don't count the chickens before they've hatched, or whatever the saying is.
Based on those Wemby stats, though, Derek, it sounds like the Spurs they didn't win analytically, right?
No, it seems like both teams shot pretty poorly. I just think because Wemby's like 7'4", we've never really seen anything like him. But there's this, like, you could tell watching the game with how well the Knicks guard. Like, if he's going to have to get a perimeter shot, otherwise the guards are going to watch this game and get film on him, and then you're just going to be able to swipe him. Because there's a couple times last night he was just trying to drive into the basket, and the Knicks were just not having it. And also, Jake, I was hearing rumors a Brunson statue might not be good enough, and they might have to rename Penn Station under MSG Station to Brunson Station. I thought that was pretty creative. I love that. So happy for you guys. A lot of my friends in the chat are Knicks fans. You know, I didn't have a dog in the fight last night, but I just wanted to congratulate all the Knicks fans in here, all my friends. That was a great game. And then my take on Tomlin. I pretty much love what you and DT are saying. Like, there's people negative in the chat. Like, I feel like 95% or more of Jets fans, like, we want AG to win. Next season, you know, like, I'm on that train too. I want AG to win because I am so sick and tired of looking for new head coaches, man. Kevin O'Connell would be my personal choice. Mike Tomlin hasn't won a playoff game since 2016. Though I think it'd be a good hire. I definitely wouldn't argue against it. But, like, we'll have to see what this coaching cycle is. I think that's all I got for you today. Jake, DT, my fellow Asmaniacs, JETS, Jets. Go Knicks and go Jets, baby. Thanks, y'all.
Derek, great call. Well, here's the thing. O'Connell would be my number one as well of coaches who possibly could be available. The difference with Tomlin and McDermott is they're already out there. They're not working for teams right now. So it's just a money thing and convincing them to take the job. Whereas with O'Connell, you need the Vikings to fire him, or he's got to say, I want out. And the Jets could trade for him like they've traded for coaches in the past. We've seen teams do that. So O'Connell is my number one choice if I could pick anyone in, like, the realm of possibilities for the coaching search next year.
Yeah, I'm more KOC than Tomlin, just offensive minded and those things. But you mentioned somebody earlier, Shane Steichen, and he doesn't have crossover with Frank Reich, but they've played, or coached rather, for the Eagles and the Colts back to back, which I think is kind of funny. So who knows? Maybe Frank Reich is liked by the next head coach as well, and you can keep some continuity with your coordinators instead of, like Derek said, you have to find a new head coach, and then you have to find all your new coordinators again too. So I'm with Derek. I think we should all be rooting for AG to win, and then we use the picks on players, but it gives us a nice little fail-safe to at least be optimistic about.
King Lowski in the house. King, I know you were screaming and yelling last night. Let's go. 5 gifted memberships.
Say go New York, go New York, go! Go New York, go New York, go!
These are from King Lowski. Say thank you if you hear your name called. Edward Perez, Timothy Thea, Ori Wolfpack, Jay Perez 19, and Kawei Tashi, all receiving a gifted membership there from the great King Lowski. Let's keep it rolling now with your calls. DT hanging out with us here on a Thursday. The Papa is on the line.
Holy shit, look at that beard! He has a beard, he's the man. Ain't no Santa Claus. Papa Jet loves the Jets. He's one handsome son of a bitch. It's Papa Jet.
Hey guys, you got me?
We got you, Papa. What's up?
Yeah, I've been out for a while, but Derek got a intro. That's nice.
He did.
That's good.
Yeah.
Hey, and I just want to say that PPM reaction kind of reminded me of the first time I got laid, actually. I kind of had the same reaction. So
you just want to call your boys and tell them about it?
Yeah. I'm not sure she had the same reaction, though.
Calm your freaky down.
Based on the Bobby call earlier this morning, you have to transition sex into an amputation story. So what do you got for us, Papa?
Don't remind me about that call this morning. Good Lord.
I missed it, so I'll have to go check it out. But as far as this Tomlin goes, I don't know. It's probably another thing to get all our hopes up. But do you think he would come here just because of Woody? Because where he came from, Pittsburgh's the staple of how an organization should be run. As far as like the owners, they hire their people and they just let them do their jobs. You know, I don't know if he'd come here because of Woody.
Well, that's what Woody would have to give him is control. He would probably have to, maybe even overstep Muji in some personnel decisions, and he would have to be the head man in charge, like way more than we think AG is now. Like what AG wants to be for the Jets is probably what Tomlin would have to be for the Jets. You know what I mean? Like to even step in the door. So it's all about the control factor and how much of that is Woody willing to give up from the ownership perspective to allow the head coach to do his thing. So I think it all comes down to control.
I think he would do it because I think he desperately wants to win, and I think he's been hands off with Glenn and Muji. I think Woody doesn't meddle until he loses faith in the guys he's hired. I think Tomlin has the instant cachet to basically say, let me work here. I know what I'm doing. So the Giants had to change their entire organization structure to hire Harbaugh, or he wasn't going to take the job. I think Woody would do whatever Tomlin wanted. That's just my personal feeling.
And as far as I read an article yesterday. They're talking about Will McDonald and as far as because he was tagged, right?
Yeah, they exercised the 5th year option.
Or the option, right?
Yep.
And they were saying like Muji might come trade deadline, you could possibly see him moved. I hope he does, because my opinion, whatever money's out there for the going rate for a pass rusher, I don't think he's worth it. I mean, what did he have last year? Eight sacks, and 4 of them came in one game. So that's 4 sacks in 17 games. I don't know. I don't think he'd be worth the money. That's my opinion,
I think the trade would make more sense of McDonald if Bailey, Osai, and Enagbare are like proving to be well over expectations. I could see that, and it's not a Muji, Aaron Glenn draft pick, right? That's still a solid Douglas draft pick with Will McDonald. I hate to talk about that on his birthday. Happy birthday to Will, but I could see a path to it, right? Yeah, 2 GOATs sharing a birthday, Rick Kent and Will McDonald. Shout out Rick Kent. So I could see a path to it happening, but it probably means the Jets are underperforming. Will's probably underperforming, and that means the package is going to be underwhelming on what you're going to get in return for somebody who is essentially taking a chance on a very volatile pass rusher who could get you 4 sacks in a game, but he could get you 1 sack in an entire month.
I think the thing with Will is this is a big year for him because they changed the scheme. They kept him. They could have traded him. I'm sure they had teams calling. They had teams calling at the deadline last year. They chose to pick up the option, so they have 2 more years with him. So I think it's a big year for him because last year I think there were times where he might have been getting pressure and getting home, but it didn't matter because quarterbacks would just get the ball out real quick because the Jets were leaving guys wide open. So much of the Jets' success is contingent on the game scripts, or individual players' success is contingent on game scripts. So I think there's a lot there with McDonald. I'm hoping this is the year that we finally get to see that complete season from him.
Yeah, and because of the 5th year option, I don't even think this year he's ranked in the top 32 of edge rushers in the NFL. And with the 5th year option being only $15 million and change next year, he's like the 20th or 22nd like highest paid edge rusher. So you have him on such a team friendly deal at a premium position that if he hits like even to a double digit sack season again, right? He's coming off 10, then 8.5. If he puts up 10 plus again, and you're looking at a guy who got you, let's just say 28 sacks, 28.5 sacks over the last 3 years, it's probably somebody you're going to want to pay. So if they get rid of McDonald, it's probably because everything is not going according to plan.
Ladies and gentlemen, more of your calls right now. Mikey Midnight is next. Hello, Mikey.
Hey guys, I was excited about the Knicks yesterday. I was
Let's
the
go,
happiest.
Let's go, Knicks.
Go Knicks, go. Go Knicks, go. If we get Mike Tomlin, the guy from the Steelers, I think he will keep Aaron Glenn as a defensive coach.
Really?
That's an interesting take, Mikey. That's a really interesting take. I like that.
Because I think he likes Aaron Glenn. He said, I'll take over, you play defense, and we get rid of the other guy.
Do you think Mike Tomlin can dance as well as Aaron Glenn can, Mikey?
Yeah, they'll probably dance together when they win the Super Bowl together.
Yeah, I like the sound of that.
Hell yeah.
Me too. And the Knicks go win it. Oh, I guarantee that. Because
how many games are they going? How many games is it going, Mikey? 5?
I think it's a sweep.
Ooh, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, the Knicks go carry the trophy. They want me to carry the trophy around Brattleboro. Said Celtics stink. Celtics stink.
Hey, Mikey, make sure you get your Knicks playoff shirt and towel from your brother. I sent it, and I think it arrived either yesterday or the day before.
Okay, I'll be over to his house tomorrow.
All right. You got to wear it on the show, all right?
Yeah. That would be cool, right?
Oh, we need it. We need it, Mikey.
Yeah, the Knicks go win Friday night. 123 to 113.
Hello, I'm Mikey. I'm Bobby's little bro. Have you seen Jake Graves? She's so beautiful. I love my boy Jake, but not in a gay way. I am so happy. I'm not going to touch anything, I promise.
I have some exciting news because of all the support we've received in the community. I was able to add a new emoji for YouTube channel members. The Knicks themed Jake Asman show emoji is now live in the chat. So Knick fans, smash the brand new emoji. If you are a channel member, if you're not a channel member, either hit the join button and you'll enter yourself in the raffle, or maybe someone will gift you a membership. We got some great prizes at the end of the show today. If you're just tuning in, you pick the player you want a Knicks jersey for with the finals patch included on the jersey. Brunson, Towns, Hart, Anunoby, Bridges, Shamet, Mitch, your choice. And second prize today, signed Walt Clyde Frazier jersey for anyone who enters during this show. Your chance to win the Clyde jersey. All right, more of your calls. Keep it rolling here. Let's say hello to Ron, who's next. Hey, Ron.
Hey, Jake. How you doing? Hey, guys.
What's up, Ron?
What's up, Ron?
Hey, talking about the Knicks last night, I did notice, I'm in my garage, sorry. I did notice Hart last night.
Ron, call back in. Your garage Wi-Fi sounded worse than Beast. Sounded as bad as I'm sure the Beast bathtub looked in person for those plumbers.
Oh, boy. I forgot about that. Yeah, I'm glad we're past the Beast tub era, but that was the Ron garage era is not very, very good either.
That was tough. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time today, let's check in with the man who knows your thing or two about bathtub behavior.
Associates. I see. Well, let's hope we get down by 6 because we'll have to go over some business arrangements and take care of things and get things out of the way. Because knowing me, I wouldn't mind looking at some other corporation stuff that he has to offer me because I'm willing to do what I have to do and do what's best for the business. Hey, what you see is what you get, That's where the ball rolls, and that's the way the world works. Everybody has their price in life. But you got it. I will see you guys then. All right. You got it. All right, we'll see you guys then. You got it. Another win, another done deal. Boom, boom, boom. Hey, when you work with associates, hey, everybody's got their price. And just like I'm gonna say one more time, like the $1 Million Man once said, everybody's got a price.
Yeah,
for the $1 Million Man.
sometimes I don't know what the hell you're talking about. Hey, Beast, how you doing?
¿Qué pasa, amigo? ¿Cómo está?
Beast, I still don't know what the hell you're talking about. That's okay, though.
I'm a corporation guy. I just made a purchase with Hanna-Barbera. Got a good deal out of them. I'm running the ball. Knicks are running red hot. We're doing great. Hey, things are looking good. The stock markets are getting hot, and we're doing the best we can. It's called, hey, everything is running.
Oh yeah, Beast, you're right. This country's doing so good. I can't believe it. Prices are down. Gas is cheap.
Not yet.
We're fighting wars we ain't gonna win.
Time out. Before we go there yet, gas will get down shortly. We're almost there. We're not out of the woods yet. We're taking things slow.
Hey, Beast, I'm in a shitty mood today.
Don't tell. As Joe Pesci once said, so what else is new? You've heard that line from Joe Pesci. Yeah, so what else is new? Yo, I go get a suit, and you expect me to wear my leather jacket? Nah, you don't like it either. Hey, don't worry about what I do. Worry about what you got to do. We'll be fine. We're going to be just fine. Game 2, we're going back in the double steel cage, and you know what we're gonna do to the Spurs? We're gonna slice them. We're gonna dice them up. We're gonna carve their ass.
Sometimes I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Hey, Carl.
Hey, Jake. How you doing?
Oh, I'm fantastic.
Hey, I'm not doing good today.
What's wrong? You're not a Knicks fan?
Jake, I'm not much of a basketball fan.
Come on,
but I'll tell
you're
you
a Jet
one
fan.
thing.
We're for the Knicks.
But I tell you, I do root for the Knicks. I root for all the New York teams,
So what's
except
the problem,
the
then,
Giants.
Carl? How can we change your mood?
Well, I had to go today to get my shots in my back, and I went this afternoon, and I was all ready, and they got me in there, and they start shooting me in my back, and they said to me, "We can't get in there because you have too much arthritis and too many bone spurs. We can't get the needle in." And I said, holy shit, I'm going through all this for nothing. So she said, well, let's try the other side. So they tried the other side. She goes, I have a special needle. And she said, I think I can squeeze it in there. And I'll tell you what, Jake, I was almost crying. I've been through a lot of shit with my back, but I was almost crying. And she said she got some medicine in there. So now we just have to, wait a couple of days and see what happens.
Well, I'm sorry you had to experience that. Hopefully the process you went through is worthwhile.
I hope it is. And listen, another thing. You and Dylan, what the hell are you guys talking about? The Jets are not – Mike Tomlin's not coming to the Jets.
Why?
I would bet anything on that.
Why?
I don't care. Even if they get
why
rid of
Bill
Aaron Glenn.
Parcells take the Jet job?
I think he had a little bit of a connection with the Jets, didn't he?
What was his connection?
He lived in the New York area.
Mike Tomlin has a house in the Hamptons.
I don't know, Jake. I don't know.
Give me a real football reason why Mike Tomlin or a coach of his ilk, right? Sean McDermott, Steichen, O'Connell. Why would they wouldn't view the Jets?
Because right now in my mind, I can't go that far ahead. I have to think about what's right in front of us here, and I have to hope and pray and believe that Aaron Glenn is going to turn this thing around. And then if he doesn't, then I'll think about those other.
Okay, that's how you're choosing to look at it from a fan. I'm analyzing it from a media standpoint, or from how Bryant McFadden, who has no connection to the Jets other than he played for Mike Tomlin and he's paid by CBS to give football analysis.
Yeah, but
I'm reacting to his comments.
I don't know if McFadden knows anything about Mike Tomlin just because he played for him.
Well,
does he keep in touch with him?
Super Bowl with him, and he covers the NFL. So when he talks about Mike Tomlin, if he coaches again, he thinks he'd be with the Jets. I think it's a worthwhile conversation to have.
Well,
One, would Tomlin consider the
but
Jets? And then two, Carl, if Mike Tomlin would consider the job, how many other proven coaches that could be out there would also consider it?
okay, but Jake, am I wrong in my way of thinking? I can't go that far ahead. You know what I mean?
You can't walk and chew gum at the same time. You can't root for Aaron Glenn and acknowledge that if it doesn't work out, we're going to need a head coach.
I do have trouble walking, Jay. So, Jake, so that's a little different. But anyway, here's the thing. I choose, let's put it this way. I choose not to speculate that far ahead. I just been doing this too long.
You don't do a daily talk show on the worst team in football that hasn't made the playoffs in 15 years.
Jake, that's because I love you. I love listening to you.
I love you too, Carl, but like this is a real topic. That's why I'm talking about it. That's my point to you. You don't have to worry about Mike Tomlin if you want to focus on right now. I think we could do both. We could talk about the upcoming season and also acknowledge the Jets are in a position with 3 first-round picks and the most projected cap space in the NFL. That it's a real conversation to have if Aaron Glenn is as bad as he was in his first year.
It is. And I would love Mike Tomlin to be here. Don't get me wrong. I would, that's not even the point. The point is that in the way I think, in my mind, I'm just not going to go there yet. That's all.
You're a perfect Jet fan, according to Sean, because you're used to being in constant chronic pain.
Dylan, do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I understand it from both sides because I don't talk about the Jets every single day on my channel, but I talk about them enough where I understand Jake's perspective. It's Jets-related news to talk about in the offseason. But from a fan's perspective that doesn't have to sit up here and create content, I totally understand that too. We don't want to be thinking about AG losing his job and the next coaching search and the next coaching hire. We don't want to think about that. But I'm kind of in the middle of both of you guys because I do need to talk about the Jets on my channel, but also I would love nothing more than to just see this year play out and then react to it if and when Aaron Glenn gets fired. So I see it from both sides, but I do agree with Jake. The fact that it's not a Jets-centric media member talking about this and kind of brought up the Jets without needing to bring up the Jets, I do think it does lend some merit to the conversation we're having.
Does and I totally respect Jake's opinion because look, Jake does this every day. You have to find stuff.
How you feel about your back this morning is how I feel having to talk about this team every day for a living.
Exactly. And I respect that, Jake. I don't know how you do it. I wouldn't even if I had to talk about the Jets every day, I wouldn't even get up in the morning.
Well, that's why I put you and Beast on the screen together to give me some comic relief.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't know. Anyway, listen, guys, I like I said, I respect all the takes and everything like that. But, Jake, I'm just an old guy that watches the Jets, and I have to be optimistic. What else do I have?
Be optimistic. I'm going to Nashville. I'm going to be there for week 1. I want to win.
I wish I could go to Nashville. I can't. I don't think I can, but I am going to the Browns game.
Well, that could be a win. No Myles Garrett.
Hey, I'd like nothing more to hang with you guys.
Well, Carl, I want to hang with you, but I only want to hang with you if your back's doing well so you can move and groove out there.
Jake, you know what? You pop a few pills and you can do anything.
You need a doctor, Carl? We actually have one on the line.
No, I don't, but I do have a doctor, Jake.
Certified freak. Just got off the John. Oh, yeah. We're running.
What's your advice, Beast?
Go get something advice. Go get some of this. Get it $1.
Yeah.
It's $1.25. This stuff works. It really works.
All right. You know what? I'm going to try that.
It works very well.
All right. Jake, you're going to have to let me go because I got to run to the Dollar Tree and buy a bottle of that.
Get about
Is
that. This will work like a charm. And after, when you're going to feel the icy first, but then once the hot kicks in, you're going to be relaxed. So just relax, play ball, have a salad.
Just don't
Beast,
let go of the
I
rope.
can't wait and get that because it sounds like a miracle to me. Okay, Jake. Dylan, it was nice talking to you guys. I'm not telling any more stories. Have a good weekend.
Hey, you never know.
Thank you, Carl. Great to catch up with you. Dylan, your thoughts on Carl's back situation? And
yeah, I'll add
everything
another
there?
piece of medical advice. Stay away from the $1,000 lidocaine patches that Beast uses because I don't want to run your pockets trying to get your back better. But the Icy Hot, 100% success rate on all ailments. That and an ice bath.
Ice bath's undefeated. Lou B checks in. Team 69, Carl. Team 69. Let's get to our guy, Lou B, who's on the line. Hello, Lou. What story are you going to say this week that's going to be wildly inappropriate?
I want to be on the 69 team. Let me tell you why. Number one, I know every inch of Long Island, Jake. There's not a street you could say. I performed 69 in Long Island dozens of times, obviously. I own a black van.
What?
Calm your freaky down.
I own a black van for abductions. I know what Starbucks that Tomlin goes to. I need to be I just wanted to be considered for the 69 team.
What a show that was.
The most goated clip in Jake Asman history.
More of your calls right now. Nick Shine is on the line. Nick, do you wear sunscreen? You look very tan.
Ooh.
Sunscreen's for the devil, bro. This is how you don't wear sunscreen.
Guns out, guns out, baby. Let's
Sunscreen
go.
causes cancer, guys. What are we doing?
Johnson & Johnson sunblock, especially.
It does. It does. So I've been very vocal about Tomlin, and I personally fall under the umbrella of I don't think he will ever coach again. And I don't think that he left the most stable organization in probably all of sports, right? With only 3 coaches since the 60s to then roll the dice with the Jets. It just doesn't make sense to me. Now, I get it. Money talks. If Woody decides I've had enough and this year doesn't go well, because that's the only reason this would happen, and he throws out 25, 30 million a year to bring Tomlin in, sure, that could probably get it going, right? You make him the highest paid coach in football. But I don't, why leave the Steelers when you have all that stability, take a year off, and then go to the most unstable team in all of professional sports?
Challenge,
I don't get it.
Money, opportunity to kind of reinvent yourself. Oh, they say Mike Tomlin underperformed in Pittsburgh because he only won 1 with Big Ben and all these 500 plus seasons, but didn't make any runs to the Super Bowl. Like, you win with the Jets, it's like what Rodgers was chasing here. Like, 1 Super Bowl with the Jets is a lot different than, you know, a Super Bowl with the Packers. Like, if Jalen Brunson, using a basketball example, wins a championship with the Knicks, that's more valuable than winning a championship with a different franchise that's had all the success. Like, Mark Messier has won with the Rangers, means more than the 5 he won with Edmonton. So, like, maybe Tomlin's after, is chasing that, who knows?
And we could use a current Jets coach as a comparison, Frank Reich. When he was asked about this job, he did say he had other opportunities. We don't know if that's legitimate or not, but he talked about wanting to be the reason that the team turned around. Not every single coach thinks like Frank Reich. Some coaches want that situation that they're stepping into to be very seamless for them. So I totally get that, but I think Tomlin is enough of a competitor where he would lean more towards the Frank Reich methodology of like, wow, this team has been dog shit. I know I'm a good enough head coach. I can bring them back to some sort of normalcy. So I can see that Tomlin having that competitive fire under him.
I hope to God we never have to have the discussion.
Yes.
I hope to God that we win games, that everyone stays healthy, this line stays healthy, these weapons stay healthy, and we just start to see great things, man. And great this year with a retread quarterback, 7, 8. If everything's perfect, maybe you get to 9 wins, and then you bring in a rookie quarterback, you give Geno 1 more year, and then you hand the reins over at some point, and you take off, and you're a contender year after year after year with a built roster. So if not, you still have the talent to bring in coaching to maximize that talent. So either way, I think even if this year is bad, and I don't want it to be, I totally want to win. The Colts and the Gorman curse with Michael Clemens and Sauce are going to get us a top 5 pick there to get the quarterback.
That's
but
right.
I want to be good enough where, like you said, in the video, like we've all said ourselves, on air and privately, this team is going to be a destination. This team, when you look at this roster and you got the tackles and you got the weapons and you got the edge rusher and you got the nose tackle, this team is going to be enticing for a lot of coaches, especially when you factor in 3 first-round picks.
Well, that's why, though,
5.
because if you don't have a path to a quarterback, I don't care what your roster looks like, you're not going to win. The Jets have the path to the quarterback with the 3 first-round picks.
Yeah. And next year's draft, you don't have to do – it's not going to be this year's where there's only one quarterback, and if you're not at 1, it's like, holy crap, we're going to have to reach for a guy like Simpson. It could be the draft where the Broncos sat, and I think 13th or 14th got Bo Nix. So there are so many options that you can sit, play the board, maximize the talent being acquired, and we didn't even mention the $150 million. If there is a new coach, you can bring in all your guys to fit the guys that are heading out. So I think right now there's potential to win some games, but I think long-term, we're in as good a position to win long-term since Bill Parcells in 98 put the roster together and set us up for success. We just need the quarterback, and we just don't have that yet. You know, he brought Vinny in 98. He drafted Chad in 2000, and whenever Chad was healthy, we were a playoff contender. We were a playoff team. So we'll see. We got to get the quarterback right, but, man, I love the quarterback being brought in and just getting dropped in as the last piece of the puzzle with everything around him set to succeed, and not the 2018 Darnold, the 2021 Zach, where there was effing nothing.
You look like Robert Saleh from the neck down.
Listen, I pay enough for child support. I don't need 9 children. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you. I will cut that part out. Other than that, I appreciate it.
But from one highlighter color to another, I have to say you are very vibrant today.
You know, I got to stand out in the crowd. A lot of single ladies here bring their kids to youth sports, and I got to oversee the game tonight for 2 hours. So it's, hey, ladies, if you need help, come see me.
Hey,
Nick, the hall pass shine.
Also, I'm working on the best bod contest for the Beach Bash. So I gotta. Oh, you guys worry about the Speedo contest. I'm worried about the best bod contest.
This is for you in advance of July 11th.
Hey, congrats on the sex.
Congratulations, Nick Shine. More of your calls, Ed. We got some legends on the line. I want to make sure we get everyone in today. Plus, we got the 2 giveaways. All right, Nick Fans finals jersey. You pick the player you want. I think you're probably picking Brunson, but whoever you want that the NBA store has, that's up for grabs. And a Clyde signed jersey for anyone who wants. And you got to gift the membership. Venmo me $10 or higher to buy 2 raffle tickets, or you can, of course, super chat. This was just posted by the Jets. I know we got a number 1 wide receiver at least. Move over, Odell. I don't care if you're back with the Giants. G5 making it look easy with the one hand here.
Oh, he's just showing off for the cameras now. That's beautiful. Next season, best season, man. I feel that with Garrett. It's coming. The way he's talking in all his interviews and everything, it just gets you fired up.
Garrett's so good, man. I've said this. I did a radio spot with 1010XL in Jacksonville the other day, and they were asking me about Garrett Wilson. And I talked about how I hope he's on the Mike Evans career arc, where he stayed loyal to the franchise that drafted him. Eventually, they got a quarterback for him, and they won a championship, and he was on some really good teams for several years. I hope Garrett eventually gets rewarded for being a part of this dumpster fire.
Yeah, 100%. And other wide receiver news, because a lot of people were a little, I guess, annoyed by the contract number that he signed last year. Drake London signed for, I believe, north of $35 million. And even today, Christian Watson for the Green Bay Packers, it was a 4-year, $110 million deal. I believe that's $27 million a year, $27.5 million a year. I would take Garrett at his price tag over either of those wide receivers. Now, Watson only got $31 million guaranteed, so it's kind of a year-by-year basis with Green Bay, but that contract is aging like fine wine, and I think obviously they were able to get out of the Sauce one, but the Garrett one is definitely improving because he's playing above what his APY is at the wide receiver position this year.
Totally agree. That contract's aging well. More of your calls right now. Ladies and gentlemen, Windy City Jet fan is on the line. Windy City, you there?
I'm here.
Hey, so for those who don't know, Windy City Jet fan was kind enough to send me a bunch of really cool items that we're going to feature for a raffle prize. Plug the website again, because you sent me flags, coffee mugs, all this stuff. I have this huge box in my kitchen. I still got to go through to see everything you said.
TeamSportsAmerica.com.
Check it out. Jeff has, I got everything. It's table games, mugs, pint glasses, flags, tailgate stuff. It's a cool
The
site.
unfortunate part is we don't have an NBA license, so there's no Knicks stuff there. But there's plenty of Islanders.
I'll have to check it out.
Yeah. Here's what I've been thinking about. I figured to make my first call in, I wanted to have it be kind of interesting. I've been living vicariously through you guys with the Knicks, living in Chicago. And yeah, I'm here.
We hear you.
We got you.
Yeah. You hear me?
Oh, we hear you. Yep.
Okay, cool. So I was thinking I've been living vicariously through the Knicks with you guys, watching that run that you guys are on. And I was looking into the beginning of the 2000s. Boston was considered like the sports town, right? I mean, everybody looked at them as being champions of everything. And I took a look at what they were doing in the past prior to the Patriots winning in 2002. They all sucked. All their teams sucked.
Yep. Going
back about 15 years. And then after that, they went on a run, and the Patriots won as many as they did. The Sox won, the Bruins won, and the Celtics won in 2008. Why couldn't this Knicks thing be what is the catalyst for the New York team?
I hope you're right. What's crazy about the New York title drought is that we have double the amount of teams as Boston or Philly, or down like the one sport market per, one team per, per 4 major sport. Like when I was in Houston, everyone's a Rockets fan. Everyone's a Texans fan. Everyone roots for just the team, the Astros. New York, it's very split, and we still have been bad or haven't won championships. The Yankees came close a couple of years ago, but it's been since 2009 for them. Like the last major sports title was the Giants' second title with Eli in 2012. That's an incredibly long time ago.
Yeah, we have to hope that the Knicks rub off on the Jets and not the Giants from the football perspective.
Right.
We don't want to see the Giants get the Knicks success.
But I think if any team were to win in New York, that's the one you want to start this off, because that's gonna grab the whole fan base, right? I mean, pretty much everybody's a Knicks fan outside of the 11 Nets fans.
Yeah, pretty much.
Feels that way.
Anyway, that was it. I thanks again for everything you guys do. Really enjoy the show, and I'd been thinking about that and thought, well, that might be a good thing to say.
It's a great call. Windy City,
Absolutely.
I'm glad you called in, man. 2 raffle entries for you as well. He's a big Richard Todd fan, so hopefully you have a chance to win that in our raffle on Saturday. Do I see an announcement from Beast? Yep, bathroom time, to which Dylan in the chat then wrote, Beast goes to the bathroom a lot.
Yeah, I don't know. There's going to the bathroom not enough, and then there's going to the bathroom way too much. You got to find that happy medium, Beast, and get the bowel movements in order.
Ladies and gentlemen, up next on the Gusbuster Umbrella Hotline is a man who always has a strong take.
Extraordinary.
Extraordinary.
That's extraordinary.
That's extraordinary.
That's extraordinary.
That's extraordinary.
It's quite extraordinary.
Quite extraordinary.
You know, women shouldn't vote. Just do laundry and vacuum. Extraordinary.
What up, Jake? What up, Jake?
Hello, Gary.
All right.
Are you nervous?
Oh, jeez.
The Knicks are 3 wins away from you having to eat salad live on the show.
I'm not that worried about it.
But salads, they're trying to kill you, so you're not worried about your life?
I mean, plants are trying to kill you. I'm not going to eat that much of it, and I'm not going to start eating really toxic things. I just don't understand why people eat salads. There's nothing nutritious in it for you. It's just like eating empty nothing. And you might as well just drink water.
Solid green water.
Yeah, but lettuce has some toxins in it. Not much, not compared to cauliflower or beets, but there's toxins in lettuce. Just drink water.
I was walking near Central Park today, Gary, and a carrot just sprung out of nowhere and tried to attack me.
Carrots, and you can look this up. The original Plan B were carrots. Carrots were used to abort fetuses back in the day. That's how toxic carrots are. You can look that up. That's a fact.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how plants aren't meant to be eaten. They're really not. And that was what was his name? Carl, the tattoo, guy with the jet tattoo. You don't need to do all of that. You don't need icy hot. You don't need it all. You just need a carnivore diet and weed when needed, and all the inflammation will go down. You don't need anything the doctor's going to give you. Just carnivore diet and weed when needed, and you'll be good. I promise you. All of that is going to work better than anything. And the icy hot or whatever the hell is in that beast is offering you.
I thought that was a good suggestion. You didn't like that one?
Weed when needed, carnivore diet will take care of arthritis. I have arthritis in my shoulders and my knuckles. Gone. 100% gone. It's all inflammation. Just reduce the inflammation, and it's all healed. It's that simple. Arthritis is an easy fix. Also,
are you calling Carl soft then?
No, I'm just saying he's taking the wrong medicine. And Nick Shine is right too. The sun doesn't cause cancer. Sunscreen causes cancer. That's evidently true.
So you don't wear sunscreen?
No, I don't eat seed oils. Seed oils is now banned. Did you see Salah? Salah banned seed oils from the Titans facility. Shout out to Robert Salah.
You think you're tougher than the sun?
The sun doesn't cause cancer. Sunscreen causes cancer. Don't wear sunglasses and don't eat seed oils. You will tan and not get skin cancer. Promise you.
I'm not trying to lean into this whole. I'm not trying to lean into this whole Gary thing, but I heard the sunglasses thing is true, and looking directly into the sun does not blind you.
It does not. Sunscreen and sun. So sunglasses trick your brain into thinking that it's night.
Yes.
Right. So then when you wear sunscreen, when you wear sunglasses, you think it's night, and you go out in the sun, your mind thinks it's night. It's not ready to get burned. So don't wear sunglasses. Don't wear sunscreen. You will tan, and you will not get skin cancer.
What if I want to wear sunglasses because it helps me shade my eyes from the sun, which is blinding me? I have very sensitive skin.
I got a little complexion. I got the Egyptian blood, the 0.4% Egyptian blood. So I got a little complexion. You are pale. I don't know, but what I do know is the sun doesn't.
Like if I'm playing baseball,
I hear you.
I need sunglasses if I'm in the outfield trying to shag a fly ball.
I hear you. Let me look into that for.
Are sunglasses trying to kill me? I'm just trying to get to the bottom of this.
You do know that redheads like yourself, and this is biologically, medically proven, have a higher pain tolerance than everybody else.
So I've heard that. I don't know if that's true though.
It is true. I heard it too. Like, because there's always this image in boxing of this tough ass Irish guy with red hair who can take a beating. There's actually something to it. My aunt is a doctor, and she said, they require almost 20% more anesthesia to put them out because they have a higher. She gave me there's a gene that they have that they actually have higher pain. That's not a myth. That's not like
I am a Jet fan, so that does
true.
back itself up. I experience a lot of pain and keep going.
I did have a couple of things, though. A couple of housekeeping things before I get to my point. First, basketball was invented in Springfield, Massachusetts, not Kansas. Sorry, Kansas Jet fan.
His last name is Naismith. Give him a break.
He was the first basketball coach, and that was at the University of Kansas. That's the Kansas connection. But it was invented in Springfield, Massachusetts. That's why the Basketball Hall of Fame is there. The other thing is Becky Hammond saying, and this also is what your little tag team partner on ESPN New York said, that little guys can't win the championship. That's when I went into Parker, and he didn't even let me get the Billups before he cut me off. Billups was the best player on that team. So I'm just giving you two in recent memory that have gone to the finals and won championships as a little guy, as the best player on the team. And this is why, like, Becky Hammond,
and she said Brunson's not a dude. That's what she said, which is a crazy line.
This is a person, and Becky Hammond's a hell of a basketball player. I'm sure she's got a good mind for basketball. This is why you don't listen to people who take an hour out of their day to put makeup on, which is to say, paint their face.
You don't need to make it about her gender. She gave a bad take.
I didn't make it about her gender. I said you don't listen to someone who takes.
There were a ton of people who were males who also said similar comments about Brunson. She was not unique in that.
I didn't say anything. I didn't mention her being a female. I said you don't listen to someone who takes an hour out of their day to paint their face.
You don't know how long she takes.
Well, let's
men wear makeup on TV.
Yeah. I watched Scott Van Pelt and Jeremy Lin last night on SportsCenter after the game. They were in makeup.
To paint your face, which is so that strangers think that you look pretty. You don't take that person seriously. Not when you're talking basketball. It's not a serious take.
Beast made a good point. Oh my God, someone duct taped Gary's mouth. He has no respect for veggies or fruit. What an idiot.
Yeah, maybe if I listen to Beast, I'll be in Beast's physical condition. That seems good.
Beast
Maybe I
is
should
a
listen to
man's
him.
man. If anyone knows what they can do about
It's,
veggies
it's
and fruit, it's him.
amazing to me. You got people like Beast, and it's just the never learn a damn thing crowd. It's like, look at the physical condition you're in. Stop what you're doing and do something different. Right? I say this all the time to fighters who keep getting hit in the head with like the same shot. Do you want to keep getting hit in the head with that? Like, let's try something different. Like, you look what Beast. Look at just look, and then he's going to give advice to look like him.
Oh my God. Okay.
Bernard King, 60-point game against the Nets. Who won that game, by the way? Bernard King scored 60.
Wasn't it on Christmas as well, right?
Yeah, who won that game?
I think
Who
the Nets
won?
won. Yeah,
The
that's
Nets
why you're
won.
bringing it up. I know.
Michael Ray Richardson played all 48 minutes and scored 36 points.
Whoa.
I'm happy that you could celebrate a big Nets win back in the 80s, Gary. Good for you.
God.
You always hear me. Jake, come on, bro. What?
This guy's hairdo. What's wrong with this guy? Did he
You
fall
insulted
off
him.
He fell. He looked like he fell off a tree.
He's the leader of the never learn a damn thing crowd.
In the ocean.
He keeps getting hit with the same shot over and over and over again.
You
And
made a
doesn't
good
change
point,
it.
though. You have no respect for veggies or fruit.
Oh, I respect him. That's why I
your
stay
brain
away
is
from
brighter
him.
than that 80s commercial going, this is your brain. This is drugs.
Thank you, B. What's up? Thank you for that. And as far as Tomlin, like, we just assume that nothing good can happen to us because we're Jet fans. That's the assumption. Like, nothing good can happen because we're Jet fans. Okay, like, but that's what if he wants to coach the Jets? I don't know why he'd want to, but what if he wants to come back and coach
Money,
the Jets?
power, great opportunity. Again, they have the #1 pick, and Arch Manning's the real deal in this scenario. You don't think he'd want to coach the top quarterback prospect coming out with this roster? I think he would. And New York, he wins in New York. It's like winning 3 Super Bowls elsewhere. Look what's happening with the Knicks if they pull this off. The reaction across sports to this run, 53 years without a title. The Jet drought's longer. The Jet drought is 4 years longer than the Knicks' last title.
He can. And the Knicks haven't always been a laughingstock. The Jets, outside of maybe an 8 or a 10-year window, they were a laughingstock before Parcells, and they've been a laughingstock for the last 15 years. Like, the Jets are the Jets aren't as the Jets are worse than the Knicks.
Yeah.
It was one pocket where they weren't even that good. They were just respectful. They were just
the
an
80s. They had
average
some
team.
years. The sack exchange teams had some years.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. They had, but it was mixed. There was never a good run. They'd have a good year, and then they'd have a 6 and 10 year, and then they'd have a good year. There wasn't any consistency there. The only consistent window was like Herm and that run, and then Rex. Like, there was a 10-year window where they were pretty good. The only years they were bad was when Pennington got hurt and stuff. Like, they were pretty, at least.
Yeah,
8 and
but
8
the Knicks basically were bad for 25 years outside of a couple of years with Carmelo. That was it.
And that's the other thing. Like, if you ask my dad who's his favorite Nick, he says Frazier without a doubt. If you said who's the best Nick, he'd say Ewing. You guys forget about Ewing?
Patrick's great. You can't dispute that. But if Brunson wins a championship, he's moving in front of him all time in Nick rankings. He just is. That's how we keep score with this. Especially if like games like last night happen and like Brunson's the catalyst and then winning a title and he's the finals MVP and ends a 53-year drought. He's moving in front of Patrick Ewing all the time.
Because Ewing's won. So if Brunson passes Ewing, he's won. Like,
I don't think I would have Frazier won over Ewing. I would have Ewing at either 2 or 3 and Brunson would be 4. I have Willis Reed either 2 or 3 with Patrick, however you want to rank him.
That's like Met fans saying Strawberry's better than Piazza because he won a World Series. It's like, no, he's not.
There's more to it than that's not the same thing.
It kind of is. Like, Frazier's great, right? Like, my dad tells, I don't know. I was.
He's got the greatest Game 7 performance ever.
He's great. Yeah.
And he's got another championship on top of that.
Frazier's better than West, and he'll take that to his grave. Like, West was 1-8 or 1-9 in the final, something crazy like that. And he's like, yeah, because it was his fault because he wasn't a clutch player. Frazier was clutch. My dad tells me he will take it to his grave. Frazier's a better point guard than West, who is really a 2 guard.
Walt Frazier had 36 points, 19 assists, and 7 rebounds.
He was
in Game 7 to win a championship for the Knicks.
He was the first pure point guard that could score 20 at will. So he could go for 20 and 10, 20 and 12 whenever he wanted to. I respect Frazier. I'm just saying the best Nick Ewing.
You should enter the raffle. If you respect Frazier, gift one membership so your dad has a chance to win a signed Frazier.
All right, I'll gift the membership when I get off. Yeah, I have to gift it from the other one, from the Nets account, which is ironic.
Yeah,
Former Cleveland Cavs great Walt Frazier. I think that's all I got. I had something else. I have my notes here. I think
all
I
right. Respect fruit. All right, and veggies. Beast is right.
All right. Absolutely not. Fatty meat and water, and that's it. And guys, Icy Hot has all types of lidocaine in it. Don't touch.
Women need to vacuum and shouldn't be allowed to vote.
Unbelievable. What a call. What a call from Gary. Gary, love him or hate him, Gary brings the juice to the show. There's no doubt.
Yeah. Love it or hate it, you watched.
Oh, yeah. Robin in the raffle for one.
Good job.
I know Robin's pumped about his New York Knicks. He's a big-time Knick fan. More of your calls. This guy's a huge Knick fan. He shot me a message on Discord earlier. Johnny Boy is next. Hello, Johnny.
Yo, can you guys hear me all right?
We got you.
Johnny.
I'm down at the beach, man, so it's kind of choppy over here.
We hear you. Let it rip.
Hey, I need to ask a question about the Plan B situation with the carrot. Is there a hook in this type of carrot, and how is that used? Or is it chopped up? I'm just trying to understand it.
How the carrot
save a lot of money. Yeah, like how's it help? Just saying.
You know what?
Hey, I'm just calling in real
thought
quick. I saw DT. I need to know if DT is a Knicks fan.
I'm not.
And let's go Knicks. Keep whipping some ass. They dudes just straight up took the soul. San Antonio. I mean, that game one, bro. San Antonio gave it its all, and they stood tall, took the punches, and countered with that uppercut and knocked them out, man. So Jalen Brunson is that dude. And you're right. He wins that chip. I love Patrick Ewing, man, but it does. It numero uno, man. So that being said, I know we're supposed to talk Jets, but I'm talking about the Knicks right now, man. Let's go Knicks. My daughter was watching this with me. We don't know when this shit will happen ever again. I'm like, yo, enjoy it. Savor the moment, because we're a Mets, Jets, Rangers fan, and yeah, that's where we're at.
Three more, baby.
Nashville.
3 more.
Who let the dogs out? Woo, woo, woo. Who let the dogs out? Woo, woo, woo.
3 more, DT.
Mike Brown did that last night.
He did that during NBA Media Day.
Oh, my goodness.
The context was, because I was curious. I only saw the clip. I was like, why did he do this in a presser? I think they asked him, like, what were you doing in 1999? Or what do you remember about 1999? Because that was the last time the Knicks were in the finals. And he referenced that song. That was the #1 song.
I was going to say, between that and the turn on the effing Jets, that's still Mike Brown, right? That's him running on the court. Yeah, those are great clips.
Turn the fucking Jets on! Turn the fucking Jets on!
Yeah.
Mike Brown runs like my brother when he's trying to find his ball 30 feet into the woods off the fairway. That's the kind of running style my brother puts on.
Ladies and gentlemen, Gary 3D Boxing, a man of his word, gifting 1 membership, trying to win the Clyde jersey, and it will go to his dad. It's so Gary, by the way, to root for the teams that are opposite of what his dad roots for. Very on brand.
Yeah. I do the same thing, but my dad's like a Bruins fan and a Bears fan and like random teams. So like it makes sense, but I think Gary's just doing it to be Gary.
Ro is on the line. Hello, Ro.
Hey, what's going on, Jake?
What's up, Ro?
I actually have 1 minute before I got to be back in from lunch, so I'm gonna make this like super quick. And DT, by the way, it's good to meet you. Love your takes.
Absolutely, I appreciate
it. Yeah, no worries. Dude, Jake, I'm literally counting the days down for our Super Bowl. I got my tickets for 110. I'm ready to go. I'm all in. I'm ready.
Let's go, man. I love hearing that. I think it's going to be an amazing time.
Yeah, it's going to be so much fun. I really am just really looking forward to it. Second thing I got for you is my dad. He was a Knicks fan. He passed about a year and a half ago. So this one's kind of emotional for me. I remember 99. I was 12 years old watching with him. I actually grew up a kind of a Kobe fan. I'm more of a player guy. But in my later years, because of my dad, went over to the Knicks side. So I'm super hyped too. But he was the biggest Knicks fan of all. So this one's for him. I'm really hoping they pull this out, and I'm thinking about him the whole time.
Love it. Ro.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. Go Knicks.
All right. Yep. I got to get going. Got to get back to work. But thanks for having me on. And DT, good to meet you.
Say go New York, go New York, go! Go New York, go New York, go!
Shout out to the NBA. Unlike the NFL, they actually let you play highlights. So bask in the glory of this.
Brunson on the drive, spins underneath, puts it up, puts it in. Jalen Brunson does it again. It's a 6-point lead with 37.
Mike Brink getting to call these games too. Just unbelievable. Watch the footwork here.
Brunson on the drive,
Switches
spins.
hands. It's so good.
Underneath, puts it up, puts it in. Jalen Brunson does it again.
Dagger.
It's a 6-point lead with 37.
And he didn't need the foul like Gilgeous-Alexander. He didn't need the foul called on him, and he still made the shot. Imagine that. You focus on making the shot instead of getting the foul, and things work. He had an 8-0 run by himself yesterday, right?
Yep.
Hell yeah, dude.
All it takes is one. And like, what's amazing about Brunson is the other 3 quarters don't impact how he'll play in the fourth. Like some guys, if they don't have a good start to their game, their confidence is off. And it's like they're not capable of overcoming that. Brunson was bad for 3 quarters. First off, he got hurt twice. Had to go back to the locker room. So he's clearly dealing with something in pain. And he just found a way, made whatever defensive adjustments he had to make. Shot started to fall, and he was Jalen Brunson. It's amazing.
So you obviously you played the clip without YouTube repercussions. Which made me think: is there anything like all 22 for basketball? Like, is there like a film, or do you just watch broadcast and see what happens?
That's a good question. I'm sure that exists. I'm not as in the weeds of like NBA content to know if there's like people on YouTube that do like film breakdowns like NFL people do. And I'm sure there are, but I don't know if they're using the broadcast copy or they're using like whatever the baseline angle camera shot would be.
I thought the same for like all sports. So like, how do you watch hockey back? Like, I know obviously teams have like in stadium film and they can see the whole ice and everything like that, or baseball, right? Like, what is like the fan version of that? Do they have access to that, or does the NFL just like reign supreme when it comes to that type of stuff?
It's a good question. More of your calls right now, ladies and gentlemen. Up close and personal is where we're going next.
I got my eye on you. Checkmate me, full screen, bitch. Fireball, whiskey time, David motherfucking T.
Guys.
Hey, David.
Hey, I think the Knicks played a average or above, little above average game and beat their opponents. Brunson got whacked a couple of times. I hope that's not a head-hunting situation. And the big guy, I can't really pronounce his name. He looked slow going up and down the court. And as far as the Knicks go, I'm sorry, the Jets. I got Knicks on my mind too. As far as the Jets go, I elevated Aaron Glenn. I'm looking at him as a lame duck coach. I think there's so many coaches in the waiting that would do a good job, and we'll see what Woody, what's in Woody's mind. So that's all I got.
Eyebrows look excellent today.
Yeah, I always put that shampoo in there, Jake.
Good job.
Hey, can you give some advice to my my friend who sometimes struggles to shower?
I whatever you want me to do, Jake.
Hey, you know what they all say? They generally say, what's that say with?
Beast, you're a really good person. I think you're terrific.
They don't say, hey, when the moon hits your eye like a pizza pie.
That's the more Dean Martin.
When the world seems to shine like you've had too much wine, that's amore.
Can you hear me?
Ding-a-ling-a-ling, and
Yeah, I can hear you, Max. What are you eating, Beast? What are you eating, Beast?
How about a little Italian?
See, I'm half Italian, and I love every minute of it.
Italian, my friend. A little too much wine in your shine of the eye.
Yeah,
And
you know what the Italian, you know what.
Hey, everything counts. And how about them Knicks? Did you watch that game last night?
Yeah, but first of all, you know what the Italians say: "Sette mange," sit and eat. And I'm a Knicks fan.
We'll be fine. Bonjour. Now,
Yeah, Paisan.
Bon appetit.
And I'm a Knicks fan ever since I'm a little kid, Beast. So I'm right on board with everybody. I love it.
I'll tell you now. Let me just say this. That fourth quarter was do or die time. Brunson came up. He had every bit of balls he had left, and we took the Spurs and we spanked their ass hard, and we're gonna do it again. Come Friday night, they're gonna
Calm your freaky down.
They're gonna get the ass whooping of a lifetime, because when we get them in the double steel cage, there's gonna be nowhere to run for them but to hear the word retreat. But they will retreat when we're done.
You know what I'm worried about? You know what I'm worried about, Beast? Brunson got whacked a couple of times, and I hope
that.
I hope they're not. I hope they're.
I would like the Knicks to do this for me. Go get a couple buckets, a couple bags of ice, and let him soak that ankle and that knee, and have him prepared for battle, because we're gonna do everything in our power. Come 2, 3, and 4. We're gonna smash. We're gonna die. We're gonna crash them. And we're gonna
B, sometimes I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Yeah,
Well,
I know I know what he's talking about. Yeah, I do. I guess it's my mental base. You know, I follow the Beast.
You what?
I seem to follow what he says, and for the most part.
David T, you're a legend.
Thank you.
I got my eye on you. Checkmate me, full screen. It's fireball, whiskey time. David motherfucking T.
Last call for raffle entries. Couple calls left here. We're nearing the 2-hour mark. We're going to end the show. Again, Clyde Frazier signed jersey up for grabs for anyone who enters during this show. Plus, you pick a Knicks jersey you want with the NBA Finals patch on the back of it. I don't know why they're doing the patch on the back instead of the front, because they have the USA 250 patch, I guess, on the front, which is kind of odd. I'd prefer the Knicks to be in the finals and just have the normal traditional finals patch. At least they finally got the Larry O'Brien trophy on the court for these games. The NBA made 15 years worth of excuses why they went away from doing that. And now magically enough people complained and they finally got it back on the court. So I can't wait to see it on the court at the Garden for game 3. It's going to be surreal.
Hell yeah. Yeah, it is weird that they have the finals patch on the back. That's like, could you imagine a football jersey with the Super Bowl patch on the back?
Yeah, that'd be weird. Crazy. Ladies and gentlemen, the great Kyle Clifton and Ron L, our final 2 callers. Last chance to get in on the raffle. It's Kyle Clifton time.
Hello.
Hey, Kyle, are you inside or outside? Because outside. Hey.
The old suspense.
I think that I was being blocked in the camera there because I was, Gary's going to think I'm going in on him, which I'm not really trying to do. But he did encourage us to look up carrot as a like a Plan B contraceptive. And here's what I found. Ancient civilizations like the Greeks and Romans, they used to use the seeds of wild carrot. They believe that it would prevent pregnancy, like it would block the progesterone in the lining or whatever. It's since been debunked medically. It's not like the carrot you buy in stores that is like the contraception. So let's be clear about that. Those seeds can be confused with like fool's parsley and like some other poisonous seeds. So that might have been the reason why they thought it was a contraceptive, because the person carrying the fetus got really sick if they ingested those seeds. Putting that aside, I'm not a Tomlin guy. Yes, he had a great run in Pittsburgh. I just think that the fan base with him was in Pittsburgh was a little frustrated within the last few years. It was finish in the middle, draft in the middle with them for a little bit too long. I kind of want to go to where football is going. That's the phrase that people use. We drafted Sadiq. Why don't we get a young offensive guy? That's my whole thing. I think Nick had some cogent points about why not to go in on Tomlin. We don't know anything about what Tomlin wants. The rumor I had heard is that he doesn't want to come back to it. I mean, when you talk about what his former players, Brandon, what was the guys who's the genesis for the story?
His former player, Bryant McFadden, who works.
Bryant McFadden. Yeah, I mean, that's kind of low hanging fruit for anybody. I think that if we have an opening next offseason, it's going to be attractive. Full stop. No matter who the coach prospect is. So, like, I don't think that requires a whole lot of thought work, right? Yeah, I mean, anyone can connect the dots to anything. Like,
what the thing is, though, Kyle. To us, it's obvious because we follow the team closely, but the Jets are a national punchline to everyone else. So, like, a lot of people just the Jets, they suck no matter what. Like, they don't actually look at what they've been building as far as what they have in place. Like, so it does need to be said nationally that there are pieces here, Yeah,
I mean, the one thing you always say is it's one of 32. The facts are the facts. The cap room is the cap room, and the 3 first rounders are there. I think that, if there is a plan and, Muji wants to accelerate it, he can go into future years, starting next year, to bring in players to hit the ground running if he gets a coach that he identifies as a guy who can help us win. And that's what I'm hoping Dick Lynn can outperform. I don't expect it. And it's just like me being the realist. What we saw last year was a debacle, especially since he was not slow playing expectations. And can he learn? Does he have it in him to get better? Like, he seems like a very passionate, prideful guy, and I have no doubt that he's a good position coach. I don't know if that translates to being a great head coach in the biggest market in the league. And I would love to be proven wrong on. That's all I had. The next, I think I might have to go out and watch the game tomorrow night. This is something
Wow. Hell yeah.
that it's a Friday night, and it might be a well-deserved thing just to go out for maybe a half and watch it.
the whole game, Kyle. Whole game.
Yeah, I don't know.
Tell the wife one half, stay for the whole game, say it was way too good of a game to walk away from, and boom.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Here's a live look at Kyle Clifton watching the Knicks tomorrow.
Who let the dogs out? Woo, woo, woo. Who let the dogs out? Woo, woo, woo.
Thank you, Baha Man. A song from 2003. Are we ready for that raffle?
No, it's not 2003.
I've heard it hundreds of times, and I'm used to it. Yo, who let the dogs
It's
out?
from before 2003.
I see that. Well, I feel full right now. That spaghetti and that garlic bread, and hit the spot.
What does spaghetti and garlic bread have anything to do with the Baha Men song "Who Let the Dogs
Feel
Out"?
good. Hey, gotta feel good. Hey, just like someone once said, I feel good. You know what? I wouldn't. So nice. I know that I wouldn't. So good. So nice. I got a you. Ow!
Yeah, you know, B, sometimes I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Gator, you know what to do. Thank you very much. Dylan, are
He
you
said,
ready
as
for today?
someone says, as someone once said, and it's James Brown quote coming out of his mouth next. Like, Beast, come on. Of all the quotes that you can't get right, give credit
Carl
where it's
said it
due.
best. Sometimes Beast, I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Dude, honestly, going from Clifton to Kyle was like the
Clifton to
reverse of
Kyle?
6 from Clifton to Beast, rather, I'm sorry, is like the reverse of 6 to midnight. I was like all smiles with Kyle, and then you throw on Beast right after. I'm just like,
I smiled during that. I don't know about you. Guess not. Hey, shout out to one of our great listeners who sent me a Venmo here. Anthony Bishop purchased 2 raffle tickets via Jake Asman on Venmo. Anthony, you're in.
Are you a happy guy? Oh my God, let's go.
All right, today's closer, as I count these names here, is the great Ron L. Ron, close us out. Ron.
Will you take me? Oh, hello, Jake.
Hey, Ron.
Hey, sorry about that. How you doing? Hey, so it's cool. I heard earlier a guy was giving you a hard time about, not being a fan of Aaron Glenn.
We said I wasn't a Jet fan because we did the Tomlin topic at the start of the show.
Yeah, so, here's the thing about that is, the fans play a big part in this. Like years ago, I was number 15,000. I was on a waiting list to get Jet tickets, if you could believe that, in the 80s. And the year they re-signed Joe Walton, I jumped up 10,000. So the fans were speaking out, hey, we don't want to see this guy again. And I know what we saw this year. I saw things this past year from Aaron Glenn. My Pop Warner coach wouldn't have made decisions like that. I'm not even kidding. He did things that were scary as a fan. And I know you guys feel the same. To where, if he does have another season like that, and if they ever brought him back because, we had a deal or something, people just couldn't put up with it. I mean, we'd be more of a laughing stock again. Just the ongoing joke thing that we have. Who's going to want to come there if we had another, like I said, embarrassing season with a coach like that? So I'm just saying, I'm 100% behind that. And I have a funny feeling. Well, if he starts out really, really bad, he'll be gone. Hopefully he plays the year out and that's it. But he's scary. He was scary bad. That's how bad. Worst I've ever seen all my years.
Agreed. He's lucky to be employed right now, which is why he has to, he has to get out to, I think, a good start this year because we remember everything about the 0-7 start last year. People just bring up the Brady Cook games. They started 0-7 when they were trying to win.
Yep.
With all their good players. Yeah.
Yep.
And to your point about the ticket thing, the Jets are definitely struggling to sell tickets because my cousin, who is a Steelers fan, who bought tickets to the Week 1 game last year, is still getting bombarded by the ticket salespeople from the Jets trying to offer her home game tickets for this season. So I could tell that they're definitely struggling with their season tickets and everything like that, like you were saying with the Walton era.
Yeah. Another thing about the Knicks last night is Josh Hart. I didn't hear you today, Jake. I've been busy through the day, but his game, although he only had 3 points, between the rebounds, the steals, the assists, he really had an unbelievable game.
Huge,
so I hope
huge.
you guys. Unbelievable.
Yeah, Ron, I said it earlier. The most impactful 3-point performance you'll ever see in an NBA Finals game. I mean, he was amazing. His plus minus, I think, was like a plus 22, and he had 15 rebounds. He had more rebounds than any player on the court last night. And one of the guys on the Spurs is 7'5". Like, it's insane.
He's ripping rebounds down, and all their guards are big. So he's in there. You see him come. I'm like, he comes out with another one. It was unbelievable. He's
my favorite Nick. I have a signed. It's off camera. It's in my room. I have a signed Josh Hart plaque that I bought 2 seasons. I bought it the night that he basically told Reggie Miller to F off in the middle of that playoff round against Indiana. Like, I love Hart. I love his personality. He truly is the heart and soul of the team, though. He's the ultimate role player you need if you're going to win a championship. He is so good at what he does.
He is. His toughness. I'm a Starks fan from years ago too, and he reminds me of him. He's my favorite Nick too. Him, Brunson, of course, too. Yep. But man, I can't wait for the game tomorrow. Unbelievable, though.
Ron, great call, man. I love it. Spot on. Josh Hart, the man. Kevin says one more for the jersey. Well, you're actually in 2 more times, Kevin. Let's go.
Great point, Jake. You hit it right there.
Oh, I know I did, Samini. I know I did. But Rich and BT got together on Long Island last night. BT did a Knicks watch party at Borelli's in Long Beach, Long Island, and Samini stopped by. So it was cool to see those guys hanging out. Hawk in the raffle for 2. Rubber baby buggy bumpers. Am I missing a joke here?
If you are, I am too. Real quick, I had a question about Josh Hart, but address Hawk first.
I was just gonna say Hawk, Kaka. All right, continue doing.
Good message there. Did the Knicks acquire Josh Hart in a trade or something? He didn't start with the Knicks, right?
They traded Cam Reddish and a restricted first-round pick for him. It's one of the best trades in Knicks history.
Oh,
they give up nothing, aka.
Yeah, I was gonna say restricted first mean like absolutely nothing in the NBA, right?
Yeah, they gave up nothing. He's perfect. And Thibodeau unlocked his best game, and it's carried on through. He knows how to play with Brunson. The best.
Hell yeah.
The best. They got him in a trade. They got OG in a trade. They got Cat in a trade.
Mm-hmm.
Brunson was a free agent signing. The Knicks built their entire starting 5 through smart moves. It wasn't drafting. You know, they drafted RJ Barrett. That was before Leon Rose's time. And they drafted Emmanuel quickly. That was a Leon Rose pick. And they turned those guys into OG Anunoby. Like the way the Knicks methodically built their team in Leon's tenure here is why they're 3 wins away from a title.
It's funny you mentioned RJ Barrett because I remember when they drafted him. That was the Zion Williamson draft.
Yep. And John Morant went too.
Yes, I remember I won a Knicks giveaway, and I have a baseball hat, and it's kind of funny, full circle for the episode. It's RJ Carrot. So it's RJ as a carrot.
I won that too. Someone sent me that
shit,
a couple
really?
years ago. Yeah, I don't know where that hat is. I have an RJ Carrot hat somewhere.
Yes, yeah, 100%. I was like, I'm not even a Knicks fan, but this is dope.
Yeah, I have an RJ Carrot hat. Someone sent it was a giveaway.
It U Stadium? Was it U Stadium?
I don't know. Somebody
did that I follow, and I just like happened to win it, and I was like, cool, send it.
RJ Carrot. Don't get that to Gary. He's worried about the Carrots coming to attack him.
Yeah, that's true. Honestly, it looks like a joint bouncing a basketball, so I was cool with it.
Snowball writes in, red leather, yellow leather. Is he trying to get me to tongue twist?
1 fish, 2 fish, red fish, blue fish.
Snowball, you're in for 2. Speaking of Snowball, this was Snowball earlier. We showed this photo, but this was last night. Main event in Farmingdale. Snowball on the left. Him, Neil, Lou B, PBM, and Rob all walk into a bar and emerged with a Nick W. I like Rob still repping the Jets. Well done.
Yeah, I mean, somebody had to rep some kind of Jets merch there, right? I mean,
PBM's got the Jake Asman pin.
Oh, yeah, dude. He was wearing it today, too. He didn't take it off. I don't think he took any of his clothes off from last night. He's going to wear it all series.
He's been wearing the same underwear since April 23rd. The last time the Knicks lost a game.
PBW must hate that.
Will Monahan in the house. Where you been, Will? Will's in the raffle for 1. Good to see you,
Just
Will.
don't let go of the rope.
All right, last call here for the raffle. I am almost done counting all these games. Or names, I should say. By the way, today's show, if you don't already know, is sponsored by PrizePicks. We'll have a Knicks and Spurs Game 2 prize pick lineup for all you coming at you starting tomorrow on the show. But I'm going to put up real quick a little prize pick, yes or no, from Dylan. David Bailey's sack number on PrizePicks is 6.5. You going more or less if you're putting together a prize pick lineup?
I'm going more. 6.5. I mean, it's probably about right, but I think there's a chance he gets like 7 to 9 sacks as a rookie.
Yeah, I think that's fair. I think he gets at least 7. So
just too much talent around him. Like there's more people to be occupied by the offensive line as opposed to like last year with Will McDonald only getting 8.5 sacks. I mean, 8.5 is really good considering the defensive line. Now you make the improvements along the line and you add another stud pass rusher. I want to go higher on this one.
I'm with you. I agree. Make your own lineups. Knicks, Spurs, anything related. Yankees won earlier today. I was able to put together a lineup for that. So if you're following me on PrizePicks at Jake Asman, you already saw that. Promo code HMA. You put $5 in using my link in the description, and boom, you get $50 available in bonus bets. All right. All the names have been assembled for the Wheel of Champions. But right now, we need to say hello to the master of raffle ceremony. It's time.
Woo, yeah, the Macho Man Randy Savage coming at you live from the control center. And I got one surprise for you. Road animals in the house. Take it away, road animal. Hey, what's up? And you know what time it is? LD's in the house. Bring me the wheel of champions there. We're going to get a winner today. And in the words of the great Hawk and us, we are going to say, what a rush. Now let's rip this wheel and get a winner.
It's time to announce the winners of the weekly Asmaniac raffle. Let's spin the Jake Asman Show Wheel of Champions and find out which Asmaniac is winning an epic prize.
Dylan, that's a man's man right there. Can we acknowledge that?
I saw you looking up, and I was like kind of nervous. I was like, I don't know what he's about to pull out of the air here. Luckily, it was nothing, but I can't agree with the man's man stuff. No, I can't. I can't go that far. Sorry, Beast.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to pull up the wheel shortly, but first, let me shout out Mimosa. Says, add 2 more for me. Let's go. Tomlin ain't coming here. Laughing emojis. Well, Mimosa, maybe Aaron Glenn is so good at his job, it won't even matter. Either way, the great Mimosa in for 2. Jet up.
Jet up. Let's go.
Black Gypsy at the buzzer. Let's get him on the Wheel of Champions here. He is in for 1 entry. I am at that point officially ready to roll for the Wheel of Champions. Put it up on the screen. Beast sent us there. Here we go. Hit the raffle music and let's get this thing underway. We have not 1, but 2 awesome prizes today. The first prize is a Knicks finals jersey. You pick the player you want. The second prize is a signed Walt Clyde Frazier jersey. All the names are on the wheel. If you win to claim your prize, asmanjake@gmail.com. Obviously, if you win the Knicks jersey, I need to know the size, the color, and the player that you want in addition to your name and address. Good luck to everyone. Here we go. First winner today is the big fella. Let's go. The man who met Jalen Brunson. Does he want a Brunson finals jersey? Big fella, the first winner today. Let's go.
Turn the fucking jets on. Turn the fucking jets on.
Congratulations to the big fella. Here we go again. Reshuffle all the names. This one is for a signed Walt Clyde Frazier jersey. Good luck. Only 1 can win. The winner is Gary 3D Boxing. Oh, wow. You couldn't script this. Holy crap. This is awesome. Gary's dad, who's a Knicks fan, is going to get a signed Clyde jersey. That is awesome. Love that. He had 1 entry. He had a 1 in 148 shot at it, and that's why you love sports, baby. That's why you love it. Let's go.
Yes! Yes! Let's go Knicks! This our year, baby! Win the chip!
If that's not karma for the Knicks to win a championship, I don't know what is. Congratulations to Big Fella and Gary 3D Boxing's dad. He's a diehard Knicks fan who loved Walt Clyde Frazier. That's awesome. Gary, shoot me your dad's address or your address, however, and I'll make sure we get the Clyde jersey sent wherever it needs to be sent. That's awesome. DT, plug your channel before we get out of here.
Yes, sir. At Dylan Tereman, like you see on the bottom here, we got a couple cool videos in the hopper coming out the end of this week and throughout the weekend, talking about a couple little things with the Jets, who could be standing out, who could be maybe some underrated Jets on the channel. And much to Peter Castro's dismay, we will try to get another DT Golf's video up on the channel. Castro is bashing my golf skills in the chat, telling me to stick to football, telling me shut up and dribble, DT. I was like, you know what, man? you gotta have non-football hobbies for the slow time. So DT Golfs, those videos will be on the channel as well. At Dylan Tereman, hit me with the subscribe. On the way to 5,000 subscribers on the channel.
Hell yeah. Dylan, keep crushing it, man. Always love when you hop on the show. This was great.
Hell yeah, Jake. Appreciate you, man.
Ladies and gentlemen, he's Dylan Tereman. My name is Jake Asman. Let's go Knicks. We're back at it on a Friday, tomorrow a.m. We are live and things are going down. Omari Brown will join me on Friday this week. He's in the morning. Tyson Roush is in the afternoon. Enjoy the night off, Knicks fans. We're back at it tomorrow. He's Dylan. I'm Jake. Go Jets. Hit it, Adam Shine.
I was obsessed with Sadiq, certified freak. 7 days a week, has a hernia tweet. Obsessed with Sadiq, certified freak. Trying to critique what I read in Newsweek. Obsessed with Sadiq, certified freak. Trying to take a peek at his manly physique. Obsessed with Sadiq, certified freak. Time to take a leak and play hide and go seek.
I only worry about one person's penis, and that's mine. So everybody else's, I don't really care.
Oh, hi. Jake wants me to ask you to click on the like button.
That's right, Lane. And if they don't subscribe to the Jake Asman Show, this team may never win another game. Let's go Jets.